What's up? Message privately with everyone.
Hey, Monster Jam fans, on August the 1st between 4 and 7 p.m., join me, Angel, from the Monsters of the Morning for your chance to win tickets to the upcoming Monster Jam in Orlando. We're doing it every 10 minutes. This is all courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of Monster Jam. Plus, come see the legendary Gravedigger up close and personal. Mark your calendars and head to 2500 Maitland Center Parkway for some big-time fun. See you here on August the 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. Thank you to our sponsor, Renewal by Anderson. You have a chance to win tickets every 10 minutes.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes, which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
And now, another insurance story from...
Smart Bunny! Smart Bunny!
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey.
Shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny! Smart
your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeart Media, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day, and we do have a good program for you set up this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb will do that around 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock hour, it's What'd You Do That's New. We'll go over Deb's Choice, which is awesome. India's prostitution villages. And I don't say awesome because of that. Unbelievably interesting. We'll get Jackson Olympic update at 4:45. 5 o'clock hour, It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll talk about his book and why people say, let your money do the work for you. Also, we'll have 4 tickets to Monster Jam for trivia. We'll end it all up. Well, you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely, very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Leave us a talkback if you'd like to do that. Get that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use that microphone to send it on down the line. What are you laughing at? What's going on?
I just had a little bell go off. Just a reminder, turn your speaker down.
Oh, yeah, you got to turn your speaker down. All right, 407-916-1041. Everybody having a good Tuesday so far? Good Tuesday?
Yeah.
Hot
good
today.
Tuesday, hot Tuesday.
Yeah, it's super
Tuesday.
hot. Last night was nice. I actually ate outside last night.
Really?
Yeah, I met my wife for a quick. We had somebody in the house taking care of some things, so we couldn't make dinner at the house. So we just kind of grabbed a quick bite and sat outside on the patio. It was so nice out there. Could not do that today. You would literally melt.
I know we don't have a great chance of rain. It's like a 50-50 chance, but it's one of those days where the humidity just feels like
it was
it's
brutal.
extra.
I have a question for you guys, and I think this is one of those things that's kind of been asked over and over, but for some reason, I could not remember the answer. All right?
Shocking.
So help me out here. On the way to work today, I'm cruising at I'm getting there. I'm doing an okay speed.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in a part of town that isn't where this police officer that I blew by is from.
Oh.
All right. So I'm driving down the road and I blow by a police officer who is out of their district. They're out of their precinct. I am not in their area. And for a quick second, I thought to myself, oh, I'm good because he can't do anything to me here. All right.
Right.
Now, haven't we all said that? Haven't we all said that? Like, let's say, because cops live everywhere, right?
Yes, yeah.
Out in my neighborhood, when I lived out in Geneva, we had a cop that was from like Windermere living in the area, and we've asked this question a billion times. I kind of blew by him, and I was like, oh, you do that thing you say when you blow by a cop and you don't realize it's a cop. You're like, bop! And then you hit your brakes and you automatically look to see if they're doing the turnaround, if they're throwing on the boop. They're doing the thing, right?
Are you going to get the red and blues?
Beep.
Yep.
So I didn't get the beep, but I did get a side eye. But he went on his way. I exited onto where I was going. No question I was speeding. No question it was outside of that realm of that 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine area.
Yeah,
I would have been his.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Not grossly, but I would have.
So basically because there's a couple of Maitland PD that I usually enjoy my ride home with in the evening. And I'm like, yep, end of shift, don't want the paperwork.
That's right, don't want the paperwork.
I don't want the paperwork.
On the way home, ain't feeling it.
Exactly.
I always speed in the rain. They're not getting out of their car. No cop wants to get a ticket in the rain.
I'm not going to look over at you because if I don't look over at you, I don't have to acknowledge
exactly.
that it's the end of my shift and I don't want the paperwork.
So, If I'm okay,
but that's still a real risk because they could pop you. As far as I'm aware of.
If an officer of the law is not in their precinct, in their area,
jurisdiction,
right?
So in other words,
let's say I'm in Mount Dora and I speed by an Orlando police officer.
Have at it.
Can that officer pull me over and give me a speeding ticket?
I don't think he can.
I think
he can call.
I know a trooper can.
Right.
A trooper can, and I think wouldn't it depend on your behavior? So like if you're going 10 over the speed limit. That I don't know if he would say, I'm out of my jurisdiction, but this person is a clear and present danger to the community.
Ooh.
So, like, I think if they saw a drunken driver in Mount Dora, they would probably stop you just because
they could call help. They could call somebody. Like in other words, you go say, "Hey, I'm in your precinct. I just pulled a guy over going 75, and he's in the wrong lane."
I've always assumed what you're assuming, Jimmy. Just like why I wave and blow kisses to those two Maitland. What up, SUV 345?
Now,
but I've always assumed that they're because they can't stop me, but I don't know if that's true.
They can't stop you. You're not you're not Theranos or whatever.
The way I
can let's say the county deputy pull you over somewhere in the county, but in city limits?
Okay, so any county deputy in that county certainly can pull you over regardless of the city. I'm talking about like a city cop, like a city of Ocoee cop.
From another city.
Could a cop from the city of Ocoee driving a city of Ocoee car pull me over in Oviedo and give me a ticket?
I've always gone on the no because it's not their jurisdiction.
I think you nailed it. I think if it's such an egregious, like you ran a stop sign in a school zone, they could pull you over and call for that county to come get you.
So for major events, whether it could be a soccer match, it was a Rolling Stones concert, where you see, a different city's police officers working the events,
right,
in uniform with their city patrol car. So in that situation, they have full authority as a law enforcement officer, I presume.
I would assume if they're on property and they're being told to be there, that there is some. But
because when you think of the 50 Orange County deputies that travel to Milwaukee to help provide security for the RNC,
right?
Just because they're Orange County deputy sheriffs from Florida. Apparently, they were given law enforcement credentials for that short time while they were there in Wisconsin.
Maybe that's what happened at the Trump rally. The local law enforcement said, well, it's not our jurisdiction. I guess we let that guy climb on the roof.
That's exactly what they're doing, trust me. I mean, Deb's going to have that in there. But it basically was a ping-pong game of blame.
Really?
But, yeah, that's the thing is I understand, like, going up there protecting. Yeah. That's a duty. That's like a detail.
Exactly.
Like, you're being hired to do that. But I'm talking about, like, you're on your way home. You're an Ocoee cop. I'm in Oviedo. I'm going like 75 down Redbug, which I should not even be going 45 on. No. And, can you do anything? I mean, you have your radar on. I'm going that fast. Could they pull me over and then call, say, hey, I'm an Oviedo cop or an Ocoee cop. I just got this guy going 75 on Redbug. I got all the information. And would that hold up in court? Like if I challenge that ticket.
Wait a second.
Listen, I got that ticket in Oviedo from an Ocoee cop, and I go, okay, this sucks, but whatever. And I take it to court. Will it hold up in court because I got pulled over by a cop at a different? You know what I'm saying?
I do, but my question is, what are you planning?
What do you mean? What am I planning?
It sounds like you're planning something, dude.
I'm not planning anything.
Sounds like you're planning a breakout.
No, I'm not
you're
planning
gonna bust someone out of jail.
No.
You're planning to go screaming down the road in Oviedo at 75.
Look, this is a real life scenario that happened to me today that made my BH a little small as I flew by this dude. Like I need that going into a trip,
Well, someone just texted us at 77031. I've seen OPD on the 429 easily doing 85 all the way to Orlando. I see them too. They're usually late. How fast was Jimmy going? How fast were you going?
Not that bad. I mean, it wasn't
what's your
awful.
idea of that bad?
You were 15 over the limit.
I was. What's your guess?
You were at 85, weren't you?
I wasn't going 85, no. I mean, I think that stretch of 441 is like 55. I think it was probably in the
70, 75.
72.
68, maybe 79. 71.
96.
71. 71. Anyway, too much Too much for what I should have been doing. Like, I don't know, 13, 14 miles an hour. You know, and it's one of those things where you're just kind of going along and you're like listening to a song or something and you just kind of get lost in the song. And next thing you know, you're 15, 20 mile an hour to speed limit.
I already know which radio station I'm blaming my next speeding ticket on. It's WJRR.
All right, 407.
Texter says only one law enforcement agency can take radar while they're moving. And that's FHP.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they can shoot it from behind. And the only thing I've been told that will thwart that is curves.
Really?
So when you're going on the 453 to, that's a...
I know they're also crafty. Like they'll post one up shooting speed limits, and then they radio the guy down the line.
Oh,
because
yeah.
if you here's what happens. If you're like any normal red-blooded human being here in America, when you make it past a cop and they don't pull you over, what do? You drop the hammer and you go faster. And what you don't know is they've called their buddy about 3 miles down the road and go, oh, yeah, I got one of these numbnuts headed your way in a white Ranger with no tailgate.
Hey, what's even worse
He's a dead giveaway, dude. You'll be able
Easy.
to tell.
You're telling everyone how fast you're speeding, and now you're telling them how to identify you.
Dead giveaway.
Well, you want to look for the slick tops.
Oh, yeah, the ones with no lights.
That's the ones you want to look out for, the slick tops. No, you can't look for the light bar.
That's cop cheating.
You always have to look out for the undercovers because they'll bust your ass. They're always out there looking for people who are looking to race and stuff. So you got to be able to identify a cop car without knowing it's a cop car.
To me, the troopers are like that dad that's never in a good mood. Like you know you've done nothing wrong, but you still don't walk in front of them. You're riding clean. You know you're doing everything right. You don't even want to be on the road. You just don't want those guys get in a bad mood and pull you over just for spite. I get that feeling.
Okay, we got a new text from a different LEO, and they said, false, we can pace as our cars are calibrated.
Oh.
So they can pace you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But has anybody answered the question if someone can pull you over out of your jurisdiction?
That's great if they can pace us. What does pacing us actually mean?
All right. Can I take that to court? All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, got some news.
I do. We're going to talk about the Secret Service being in the hot seat. 3 new Orange County schools. You want to know if our area is growing or not. Check this out. 3 new Orange County schools are set to open next month. And a Florida woman allegedly caught with drugs and a bag labeled, quote, bag of drugs. I wish I were kidding.
They'll never suspect this.
That's like a meme.
Oh, it is a meme.
Do we have a Florida woman thing? I know there's Florida man thing.
Well,
is there Florida women? We should start Florida woman.
We should. And you know what? We're going to start it with the queen of the pack next, coming up during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, you can text our show at 77031. Leave us a talk back. That's easy as well. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and send your comment right over to Jack. We'll get you online sooner than later. Back in a sec with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is
the Monsters in the Morning.
You gotta get it that caper, and the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you gotta get that thing straight up. And you get it straight up and get your fingers under it. I know I can lift it, but I just can't get it
wrong with you describing this right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic remains backed up on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. Still looking at a crash causing delays southbound on the Turnpike where the left lane is blocked at the Oakland Exchange exit. All north and southbound lanes are currently blocked on Orange Avenue between Oak Ridge Road and Hansel Avenue. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrex material. Now that combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. And Renewal by Andersen's beautiful designs offers you a variety of color options, hardware, and more, making them truly your own. Plus, everything everything is made in the USA in Minnesota. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
What sets International Diamond Center apart from those big box jewelry chain stores?
The problem with big chain stores is that they're all run by corporate.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
That means the people at the store level just plain don't care much.
At IDC, you're not dealing with a bunch of retail clerks. You're working with a true jewelry professional who's not on commission and not beholden to a bunch of corporate dictated rules and policies.
When you're in big corporate world, everybody operates out of a manual or a big book of rules. At IDC, we don't have a manual telling our people how to deal with customers. We empower our people to take care of those customers in the way they would want to be taken care of.
Get the respect, guidance, professionalism, and genuine care you deserve from people who put you first.
We tell them point blank, do whatever it takes to make the customer happy, period.
International Diamond Center, locally owned, internationally connected.
We want them to take care of you, protect you, and make it the best experience that you could possibly have.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations and always at shopidc.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Another insurance story from...
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Want to add a cool twist to your next special event or get-together? Cater with Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Treat your team to a cool bash they won't forget. Visit jeremiahsice.com now to find your nearest location and get the party started at jeremiahsice.com. That's jeremiahsice.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The U.S. men are on fire right now. Caleb Dressel is going to have 8 Olympic medals, and all of them are going to be gold. The Americans get it done again.
Man, you can't miss. Kevin Durant
is lethal.
Hear all the exciting moments on the free iHeartRadio app. Bring the summer games with you. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
I have never liked cops being sneaky and using undercover vehicles for capturing speeders, that kind of stuff. I think police should be visible and, if they're in a drug sting operation or something, that's one thing. But
okay.
I think they represent the community, they represent the law. They should always be visible. I was in Maryland last week, and it seems like every time there's a cop in a car, they have their red and their blue lights on solid. Just all the time. It's just like a reminder, hey, we're here, we're protecting you. I thought it was kind of cool.
All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call the show. Text us easily at 77031.
Undercover SUVs do not have luggage racks. I have a new thing to watch out for.
All your secrets are out. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack. Yep. And Deb has your news. Let's get it.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, as always, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, Secret Service and FBI brass are taking questions today about the assassination attempt against former President Trump from senators with the Homeland Security and Senate Judiciary Committees. Florida Senator Rick Scott made it clear that both agencies need to keep the public better informed.
You should immediately put out, this is what we know right now, and this is what we don't know. You're a black hole. You lose the support of the American public because people don't believe you're being direct with them. So I completely disagree with your approach.
Both the FBI and Secret Service now say they plan to hold more press conferences. Senator Scott says in the absence of current information, both agencies are ruining their reputation and impact the integrity of the federal government.
I don't know about the press conferences. How about just put people where they're supposed to be? That'd be, press conference, I just want people who are supposed to be where they're supposed to be.
Right.
My God, man.
Exactly.
I mean, this thing is real. It's reading like a Laurel and Hardy episode. When you read that, the more we start to know about it, it is total clown show stuff. The general public would have done a better job.
They did. They're the ones who pointed the shooter out.
Unreal.
All right. A new poll finds former President Trump is up by 7 points in Florida over likely Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris. The survey by the Public Opinion Research Lab at the University of North Florida shows voters support Trump over Harris by 49 to 42%. UNF pollster Dr. Michael Binder says Trump is clearly the favorite, but Harris could make it interesting.
Being down 7 doesn't bode well for winning Florida in November, but it's certainly competitive.
More competitive is Florida's U.S. Senate race, where the UNF poll has Republican incumbent Rick Scott leading Democrat Debbie Mercosel-Powell by 4 points. That same poll shows 69% back Amendment 4, which would put abortion rights in the state constitution, and 64% favor Amendment 3, which would legalize recreational marijuana in Florida. For those who do not know, 60% is needed for both amendments to pass. All right, deadly protests continue in Venezuela as Nicolas Maduro claims victory in Sunday's election despite claims of voter suppression and fraud. South Florida Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart says the chaos isn't just contained to South America.
It is also a threat to the U.S., to our national security, to the national security of the United States, which is why it's so important that the United States lead. And unfortunately, it's been leading in the wrong direction.
Well, the National Electoral Council certified the re-election of Maduro to another 6-year term, with the president winning 51% of votes compared to 44% for opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez. Reverend Jose Rodriguez tells WESH 2 News locals with family in Venezuela are worried the suffering there will multiply and multiply their own suffering here, too. All right. Cuba, meanwhile, could be trying to influence local elections in South Florida.
Okay.
The Office of the Director of National Intelligence said yesterday Cuba's government may target candidates in South Florida they consider hostile to leadership in Havana. Officials, however, did not say which races or candidates are specifically being targeted.
Wow.
All right. And then you guys wonder why I watch so many animated movies.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There should be no question.
Right.
All right, a tropical storm may form later this week near the Bahamas. The tropical wave currently located east of the Lesser Antilles as it heads west. The formation would happen later this week or into the weekend near the Bahamas or Cuba. Its impact to the east or Gulf Coast is still uncertain, as it's unknown if it will form at all. If it does, the next name on the list will be Debbie, D-E-B-B-Y.
Oh, my God.
You know that bitch is going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a man convicted.
And she needs a cigarette.
Yeah, and she's coming to Florida.
This hurricane's going to blow through here, blink stuff up, and then need a cigarette.
Think of the Taylor Swift song about Florida.
Yeah.
All right, a man convicted of murder in Marion County is a step closer to being put to death. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a death warrant yesterday for Lauren Cole. He killed 18-year-old FSU student John Edwards while he was camping with his sister at the Ocala National Forest in 1994.
Yeah, that's not before raping her or hog-tying her, so she had to get away in the Ocala National Forest.
Yeah, well, Cole was also found guilty, just like you said, of sexual battery against Edwards' 21-year-old sister. The death warrant calls for the 57-year-old Cole to be executed August 29th at Florida State Prison. And yes, he will be the first person executed in Florida this year. The fate of a woman who killed her husband is in the hands of a jury in Manatee County. We had talked about this one because this got national press. The defense rested yesterday in Ashley Benefield's murder trial. The former ballerina shot and killed Doug Benefield 4 years ago. Now, the 33-year-old is charged with second-degree murder, but she claims it was self-defense. Prosecutors say, no, she did it to gain custody of their daughter. The case was featured on 48 Hours and was called the Black Swan murder trial. Yep. Jurors returned to the courtroom this morning.
Yeah.
All right, in local news, man, I'm happy they caught him and they caught him so soon. But a suspect accused of sexual battery near the University of Central Florida's downtown campus is, like I said, thankfully in custody. UCF police say a man followed a woman from a Lynx bus stop into the Amelia Street parking garage before pulling her into a stairwell on Sunday night. The survivor was able to provide a full description of the suspect, which led to the arrest of LaMarcus Robinson Jr. last night. He's facing charges of sexual battery and false imprisonment, but investigators say the victim and the suspect are not affiliated with the university. Just to make that clear, she was not a student.
Right.
But speaking of Orange County students, final preparations are underway as 3 new Orange County schools get ready to open next month. Wow. Atwater Bay Elementary in Winter Garden will be able to hold more than 800 students and is meant to relieve crowding at 2 nearby campuses. We've talked about how Winter Garden, Claremont, Groveland. I mean, those used to be, like Groveland especially, used to be a sleepy little agricultural town, and now it's like, where's Groveland?
Yeah.
Well, the district is hosting a sneak peek for families starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Luminary Middle and Innovation High will open in the Lake Nona area for the upcoming school year. Residents will get to tour those facilities in the coming days. Do you guys remember going to tour a new school? Like when you went from elementary to middle school?
Oh, it was the greatest. I mean, middle school was when you really felt like a person because you didn't stay in the same class with all those losers. You got to go see a bunch of other losers.
And that's when it all started going down.
That's when it all went to hell because it's that 4 minutes between classes that poisons you as a human being.
Oh, my God, yes.
And that's why they're the worst humans on earth.
Absolutely, because it's a real gauntlet to try and get through that thing.
That's where you learn about life. It's not your schooling is the 4 minutes between classes.
Yes, it is.
That's where you learn about the most important thing you'll encounter in your entire life, other humans. And you learn how awful they are.
Awful, absolutely
brutal. I will sell you Annihilator for 5 cents if you'd like. I only have watermelon.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High Public Safety Commission members are gathering in Sunrise today and tomorrow for their first in-person meeting since November of 2022. Among the discussions will be the school safety laws implemented this year, which includes the Florida Threat Management Model.
Okay.
It will never be perfect initially. It will probably never, ever be perfect, but it is the best tool we have to find potential threats before they become a threat and take action.
Just don't let the Secret Service in charge. Commissioner Ryan Petty lost his daughter Elena, in the Parkland tragedy and says in the more than 6 years, they haven't been able to eliminate the risk of another school attack in the state, but they have greatly improved the odds of preventing another one.
Wow.
All right. Know anybody who lives in Oviedo?
I know a few people who live in Oviedo.
Pour a little out for them.
Oh, really?
Because some Oviedo residents may get what the mayor calls eye-popping water bills. Don't you love it when your mayor says that?
Is this the same mayor who, when gas went up, they told the residents to get a bike?
Get a bike.
Or when the traffic was bad?
Solving traffic problems, they ride more bike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ride your bike.
Ride your bike and
I
shut
think
up.
it says like, hey, we can't make the roads wider. You're kind of stuck.
And I said to myself, now that's how you politic. You tell the people who are voting for you ride bikes in Florida.
I kind of like it. There's an honesty to
There
it.
is an
Hey,
honesty
listen,
to it.
We don't have an answer. Ride a bike.
It's very parent-like, isn't it? Isn't it just like your parents?
And nothing more adults love than to be parented when you're 50 and a taxpayer.
Well,
nobody loves that more.
Ride a bike. I'll show you.
Yeah, right.
But we understand what it means when your parents are like, hey, I ain't got the money. You want to go to that concert? You better earn the money.
They're just doing that as a city.
As a city, exactly. Dad said.
Right.
Well, the city is considering raising water rates to pay for a new $70 million treatment facility.
Wait for it.
Rates could rise to almost how much a month?
What's your average water bill now? Like 40, 50, 60 bucks, something like that?
Oh, God, I wish.
Your water bill's more than that?
Mine's like 120 now.
Is it really? Mine's only like 40 or 50 bucks. It's just
His recently went up, though. Remember this?
Yeah,
Winter Springs.
Yeah, because we have to pay for some new water filtration.
Oh,
right next to Oviedo, Winter Springs.
Yeah.
How much a month?
Oh my God! You know what? I'll go $200.
I'm gonna go to a 1.
I get shawed.
You got shawed, dude.
I think it's like 400.
No, it's not.
No, he's wrong. It's $450 a month.
Are you kidding?
I wish I was.
What'd your dad say to you, Jim, about water?
Oh, he said it was going to be that would be the reason for the next World War.
Yeah, it's gold.
My dad told
oil.
me that my dad told me that at 9 years old. He goes, everybody thinks you're going to be in a war over oil. It's not. It's going to be over clean water.
That was during an oil crisis in the 70s.
Exactly.
He told me that.
Rates could rise to almost $450 a month by 2027.
Oh my gosh.
Before falling to just over $200 a month in 2028.
Wow, man. That is unbelievable.
Mayor Megan Sladek says this can be a long-term benefit to residents if they're willing to bite the bullet for a couple of years. That's
double.
Mary.
Like that's $2,500. That would be an average probably of about $2,200 to $2,600 a month more per person.
And then think of that with
Per
rising
household.
insurance rates and everything else. Now, she also tells Spectrum News 13 she's open to other solutions, and residents need to share their ideas. Residents of Oviedo, let us know what you think at 77031. Send us a text.
That's a shocking
That
number.
is shocking. $450 a month.
You will be riding your bike more in Oviedo because you're going to have to sell your car to pay your water bill.
God almighty.
That is just so...
Now, that would be normal usage. You could bet your ass.
Yeah.
There's a one shower a day scenario in Oviedo.
Yeah, those aren't commercial rates.
Wow,
those are
man.
residents.
Unbelievable.
Texters say New Smyrna has an average of $235 a month.
Goodness
Damn.
gracious.
All right.
When I moved in 25 years ago, it was under $50 a month.
Yeah, exactly. That's what,
Yeah.
Mine is now. Mine out there and where I am is not that bad at all.
But do you have a trash pickup and stuff?
Yeah.
That's all part of the same bill?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Pretty good.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird
Speaking of
Lake County, let's go, people.
that's how you know we're adulting. We're like, shut up about the water rates, dude.
Right, exactly. I got to shut my mouth.
Exactly. Don't tell the people the sweet spot.
Because here's what's happening. All these other mayors are going, they're paying what?
Right, exactly. It started with
I'm
Winter
sorry.
Springs.
They're paying what? They'll pay it. They pay it? They're going to pay it?
All right. Speaking of things in transportation.
Are there any shootings yet? Are they going to...
For the last time, an Atlas V rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral at 6:45 this morning, carrying a top-secret payload into orbit for the military.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket, carrying USSF-51 for the United States Space Force on ULA's 100th National Security Mission.
I was hoping he was going to screw up and say it's a secret spy satellite.
Yeah.
No.
I was out this morning at that time. I just saw, I missed the launch, but saw the trail.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, from now on, Department of Defense payloads will be carried into space atop the next generation Vulcan rockets.
There you go.
While you're over there at the Brevard, in Brevard County, is good news. The Brevard Zoo is one step closer to breaking ground on a new aquarium and conservation center.
Oh.
Executive Director Keith Winston says the zoo has reached more than 80% of its fundraising goal for the project, bringing the current total to more than $83 million.
Man.
A lot of fundraising. Officials are hoping to start work on the new development at Port Canaveral by the end of the year. The facility is expected to include sea turtle and manatee care complexes, as well as a third floor dedicated to school and community events. If everything goes as planned, the project will be complete by 2027.
Wowzers.
All right, speaking of things that you find in the sea, a fisherman is credited with finding dozens of bricks of cocaine in the Keys.
When's it coming over?
The sheriff's office said yesterday 25 bricks
God almighty, man.
were found near Key Largo Sunday morning.
How horrifying is that?
Oh, I wouldn't even want to touch it.
I
You
would-
can imagine, got to be booby trapped.
I would set a course for away from this. Man, I would not even get close to that stuff. I want zero part of it. I don't want a part of the cops part of it, and I don't want the cartel part of it.
Exactly.
I want to just fish or hang out. Y'all can have the square groupers.
Exactly.
You roll the dice, enjoy yourself.
Well, deputies say the square groupers were turned over to U.S. Border Patrol, and that's when the lady in our final story said, "Hold my beer." Or better yet, my bag of drugs. A Florida woman found herself behind bars after a traffic stop yielded the discovery of several drugs.
This can't be true.
Stashed inside a bag labeled, quote,
"It can't be true.
Bag of drugs," end quote.
It just can't be true.
It is, dude.
It's like a cartoon where they have to label it so you know what they're doing. Oh, man.
Well, no, this is according to the Florida Highway Patrol. They say 41-year-old Lauren Riley was arrested and charged with the following. I'm going to give you the list after the incident that unfolded in St. Petersburg on Saturday. Yes, Jimmy, a bag labeled bag of drugs was reportedly found inside Riley's purse. Here's what troopers said they found inside that bag. That's according to her arrest affidavit. Are you ready?
I couldn't be more ready.
This is going to take some time, gentlemen.
This chick
I
likes
might
to party,
need an
huh?
extra minute or two.
She likes to party a little bit?
Inside the bag of drugs, labeled bag of drugs, was found a metal spoon.
Okay, that's good.
4 glass pipes with residue.
Okay.
Plastic baggies with white residue.
Okay.
Full needle. 2 straws. 3 1/4 grams of cocaine. 1 3/4 grams of crack cocaine. 1 gram of crystal meth. 1 1/2 pills of hydromorphone. 2 pills of amphetamine, dextroamphetamine. 4 1/2 pills of alprazolam. And that was it.
I think the last one is Xanax.
And the
think
one before it was Adderall.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
the dextroamphetamine?
Yeah.
I knew the amphetamine would be.
It's like a rape kit for a drug addict.
Bag of drugs. Keep it
almighty.
simple, baby.
God almighty, man. She could roll into any party and be ready to go.
Any party.
Man,
Someone
oh, man.
grab my bag of drugs. Where is it? It's in my purse. Will I know it? It just says bag of drugs. Just grab it.
That's how blanked up you are every day of your life. That you have to break it down to like, what was that kind of food that used to just say peas? And beans. What was that? The
generic?
Yeah, the generic.
Oh, yeah,
Remember that?
yeah,
Just
the black and white
wrapper?
boxes?
This is beans.
Cheese.
Yeah, bag of drugs.
That's it. And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
U.S. men's volleyball 2-0 in group play now after hanging on to beat Germany today in Paris.
But they've got over, finished, got their hands. Look at all the blockers finishing.
Team USA is poised to take more swimming medals home today in the women's 100-meter backstroke and men's 800-meter freestyle. Meantime, the Americans are battling Australia for the bronze in women's rugby.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, we're going to warm up to 94 degrees, feeling like 107. And there will be a 60% chance for some late-day thunderstorms developing. Instead of yesterday's mid-afternoon storms, it'll be more like a evening, commute time, or maybe even dinner time thunderstorm setup. I'm also still monitoring activity in the tropics. Could bring some rain to the region this weekend. Stay with the Fox 35 Storm Team for the latest on what may develop.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then
Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Guys, this summer get a brand new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. How about up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill? Get that beautiful wood-fired flavor when you cook for the family. Or maybe you like propane grills. Well, they got you covered there as well. Up to $150 off a grill from Napoleon. That's the professional series. Tools Ace also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on 2 Guys, 5 Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the 2 Guys.
Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted. Thank you. We only text in code. Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
When you buy a diamond at International Diamond Center, you can bring it back a year from now, trade it up to a bigger one, and get 110% of your original purchase price toward the new diamond.
You pay me $10,000 for my diamond. When you come back and you want to trade it up, you're going to get that $10,000. Plus, we're going to give you a bonus of $1,000.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire talking about IDC's industry-leading diamond trade-up policy.
So you're getting 110% on what you paid for that diamond. Who else does this? I'm going to pay you more for that diamond than you paid me in the beginning.
The 110% upgrade is just another thing that separates IDC from the rest. We stand behind what we sell.
We know what we're selling, we believe in what we're selling, and we know the inherent value of that diamond.
At IDC, your trust means everything.
We want you to feel that you can buy with confidence.
International Diamond Center. Highest quality, insane selection, guaranteed best value, full transparency, and the strongest patience.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
Happy Tuesday, Jim Colbert and company. It's Concrete Mike. I have a buddy of mine who will remain unnamed who does a lot of fishing offshore on the Keys, and he came across a kilo one day floating in the water. And I asked him what he did with it, and he said, I cut it open and dumped it right into the ocean. He says, you don't want to mess around with that stuff. The litany of questions and investigation that goes on, because they always think it's yours.
Yep.
If you report it, you got a good chance of getting in trouble.
No way.
Now, I've never heard anyone getting in trouble for reporting it.
No.
I would have said the same thing if someone asked me what I did with it.
Right, exactly.
And now we know how we get cocaine sharks.
Right. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. You know, Code Black fishes all the time now. That's his thing. You know, he got a fishing boat, likes to go out fishing, goes way out there, the whole 9 yards. And, of course, when you're in that world, you hear all those stories, and he's heard tons of them. And most people that encounter them, if it's one or two or one, they'll just kind of go by it and act like it never happened. Some of them will geo-market, but some of them mostly call. They'll call the Coast Guard or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have your radio there, so they'll make a call, and they'll say, hey, look, happened upon this.
Square grouper.
Right. How many was it there, Bob? 14? 13 bales of cocaine.
Hey, who let Jack on the boat? Oh, that's right. It's Yacht Rock. Never mind.
I would just be so afraid. It'd be like one of those Peruvian drug subs just waiting with a 50 cal for the guy in the next Salt Life shirt to walk by and try his luck.
Let me tell you, again, the island that my mom was born on, San Andres Isla de Colombia. It's a tiny little island, but at the dock, if there's a ship that comes in, God, especially from the United States, there is a mini sub that for the next 24 hours travels from stem to stern, never stops, checking to make sure that other divers don't come and put like the big magnets under the bottom of the hull. No one gets off the ship. No one goes on the ship. Unload your cargo and then go. It's such a big problem.
Wow, really?
And that little sub never moves. It just keeps going stem to stern for 24 hours to make sure nobody attaches anything to the hull of that ship.
How much dough is in that business? God, we hear how much it's worth, but has anybody ever kind of, look, I guess you can kind of get an idea. What's it cost to make a kilo of cocaine? Like, what does it cost to produce it, like in one of those factories, those jungle factories?
Oh, it's so nasty. Have you ever seen how it's cut?
Oh, it's awful.
With gasoline and kerosene.
It's just awful. Like, it looks terrible. It's not like New Jack City, where they're in a basement in New York and everybody's got no clothes on and they're cutting up bags. It's nothing like that. They're in the jungle sweating it out, dodging mambas, the whole 9 yards.
But it smells fine.
But man, because it's so highly profitable, if they sell a kilo for like $5-6 grand, whatever it is, what's it cost to make that? Like labor and everything. It's got to be what, $100, $200? What are you paying those people? Nothing.
They put shoes on their kids' feet. They'll help build their homes. It's that weird symbiotic, and they really have no choice. And those jungles, you don't want to go messing around in there.
And you don't want them getting ahead. You want them to need the job.
Sure, yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
And, again, because they lose so much of it, it can't cost a ton. They just made a bust the other day that was like, 8 or 10 tons of it. They're always perpetually pulling that stuff out of the ocean or out of boats or shipments of guavas or avocados or whatever. It just goes to show you how much it must be dirt to make. Because they just lose tons of it all the time.
But they're making money hand over fist once they sell it.
And inevitably, every single time there is a giant, bust like that, and we talk about it, we'll get a text going, yep, that was just that was the teaser bust, so that the tanker full could get through right behind them.
Yeah. We have a couple of texters, two different ones, saying that a couple of square grouper have funded businesses that they are familiar with.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I have to tell you that.
Wow.
Finding it, procuring it, getting it back to your house, probably pretty darn easy, right? Probably pretty easy. Theoretically, they can't check every boat that comes out of there, and chances are you could probably sneak out of the water with 1 or 2 of those kilos of floating coke. The problem is, what do you do then? Yeah, what do you do then? You're like a businessman. You're like an insurance salesman who sees an opportunity. What are you going to do? You're going to hop out into the Coke business now? You know what those people are like? You have nothing in common with that humanity. That is a completely different world of people.
You need to find a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Right, exactly right.
You want to be as far removed as you can.
Yeah, in Florida, you think you could find a bunch of those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was the whole issue with Breaking Bad. That's why he needed Jesse Pinkman.
That's right.
Walter White. Jesse had the connections.
Yeah, if you cook the best meth, who cares? If you don't have the market or don't know where it is, it doesn't matter. I would be horrified. That would be like, I couldn't imagine having that around at all times. Every creek in the house is just like, of course, that's like 5 cartel guys with machetes. Every creek, I would never get to sleep.
I traveled to Colombia to see family in the 80s, and no thanks. I've seen the after effects of that. No,
that
thank
world?
you. Of
Yeah,
that world, that drug. It's capitalism at its finest, right? They have a product that, someone's willing to pay a lot of money for here.
Oh, they're willing to die for it.
But there's always collateral damage along the way.
Is cocaine still the king?
I don't think so. I think it's fentanyl. It's opioids. I mean, coke still has its place in the party echelon.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Coke is still the king, though. Fentanyl is not really considered. I mean, it's definitely. But the reason fentanyl is so popular because it's cheap and the power of it. I think good pure cocaine is probably still the king of illicit drugs. That's what I think. I think it's still I still think it's if you're at a party, regardless of the financial stature of your company, I believe that cocaine would fit in.
Well, if they have it, their money probably isn't much of a concern.
Yeah, but my point is this. Like, let's say you're at a party like that, and there are people up there, and they're movers and shakers. They're well-known in the county. Cocaine would float well among a number of those patrons. Heroin isn't going to do that. When you break out heroin, people are going to be like, get this guy that blank out of here. Ecstasy may work into that world, but I mean, none of the fentanyl, that's like, trailer park drugs. Nobody's messing with that on purpose, right? It's just because it's cheap and it works. It's powerful.
I just like the texter who said Peruvian drug sub is what I mistakenly ordered last time I went into Publix. Got some weird looks, to say the least. Peruvian drug sub.
On wheat?
No mayo.
That's what I'm doing next time. Can I help you, sir? Yeah, with like a boar's head Peruvian drug sub on 12-grain wheat, no mayo, Swiss cheese. I'm sorry, sir. What was that? You heard me.
Exactly.
Snap, snap.
Put a little of that extra seasoning on there. Come on now.
And I'll take a bagged pickle. By the way, we're about to do What'd You Do That's New. How did you come about this choice? And by the way, if you want to go check it out, JimColbertLive.com, you should click through and check it out. Only 12 minutes about India's prostitution villages, which, of course, I had no idea even existed.
Right. Well, a week ago, Deb, I think, teased like a comedy bit.
I did.
And then this took a dark turn.
Well, I had a first dark choice, actually.
Okay.
And then I thought, man, I don't want to hear the texting service after recommending that. So let me find something light and fluffy. And then I went, yeah, no.
That's not fitting, right?
Well, what got me with this one was the word villages.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I agree with that. That's what made me interested in it as well.
So when I saw the word villages, I was like, whoa, okay, well, this is going to be a mind blower. And then in those 12 minutes and 26 seconds, I had a lot of some pretty big revelations about things that I would have assumed. There was also some things in there that I learned about the caste system, which is India's class system, which I have run across before at an Indian restaurant, never really understood how powerful it is. And this really kind of points out just how tragic, in a way, the caste system is.
It really is. Actually, I don't want to blow it now. We'll talk about it here in a second. What'd you do that's new coming up right after this?
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535. Traffic is now moving well north and southbound on Florida's Turnpike. No major problems or delays to report on the 408 or the 429. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Maitland Emergency. HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit hcafloridahealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
The Backpack Brigade is coming this Friday, and you can join me at Walmart. It's on Colonial. More on that in a minute. I'll be we are at Real Radio teaming up with Fox 35. David Martin will be on hand, and we are collecting school supplies. Here's the deal. We're doing it at the Walmart at 11250 East Colonial Drive in Orlando this Friday from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. You can come. You can either donate school supplies there that you bring, or you can go in the Walmart, buy them. And remember, we are currently in a tax-free holiday in Florida for school supplies, so you can save there, maybe buy some more to donate. We'll have plenty of swag to give away. You can meet David Martin. They have the Fox 35 Thunder truck there. We'll have some Real Radio swag as well, and you can even check out their ever-popular selfie station. A lot going on. We're going to have a lot of fun, and that's happening this Friday morning from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Donate your school supplies for a worthy cause, the One Heart for Women and Children. They're collecting it for Orlando area students. We'd love to have you join us. Get more details on our website at realradio.fm/school.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Shh. Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Shh.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max used for adults only.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son, Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
It's time for Renewal by Anderson's USA Proud Moment. Renewal by Anderson brings you inspiring designs and elevated customer experience. Today, we celebrate our USA athletes on their incredible journey from USA to Paris. Just as each athlete represents the spirit of determination and pride, Renewal by Anderson represents quality and American craftsmanship in every home. USA made, USA proud. Visit rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
I'm not saying I'm as dumb as that lady with the bag of drugs, but my mom used to give us candy when we were a kid, and she'd keep the candy on top of the refrigerator so we couldn't get it. And when nobody was there, I'd climb up there and steal a piece of candy every now and then, and I hid it under my bed in a bag with a sticker on it that said, "Don't open, private property." I was only 9 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you know it's going to be bad when you started out like, well, I'm not as dumb as the lady who put the drugs in the bag of drugs bag. You know it's going to go right up to that. That's the problem with that.
I love the belief system that telling a parent private property do not open is it's going to be like, oh, well, my bad. Don't let me open it.
That's a total kid movie. You always did that, like on your Halloween candy. Don't eat. That'll keep them out. They just need to know my wishes.
So many times I pulled the door off the hinges, you know. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park. 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we do What You Do That's New. We'll choose something, or excuse me, one of the members of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. Usually under an hour, we will we will get together on that following Tuesday, kind of review that, and then go on to the next topic. It is Deb's week, and then we'll find out what Jack has to offer here in 1 second. By the way, you can see all the master list of everything that's ever been chosen for this segment over the last 5.5 years at JimColbertLive.com, the master list for What You Do That's New. Deb?
Yeah, so doing some research to figure out, what I wanted to assign when I came across this particular video. It's a series called Trapped by Tradition. This particular video is about India's prostitution villages. And like I said, when I saw the word villages, that made me go, okay, this is going to be different.
Can I ask you something before you go any farther? Because I didn't see that it was part of a series called Trapped by Tradition, which is fascinating. Who produced this? Do you know?
I do not.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's a German, public broadcasting.
Got it. Okay.
DW.
DW. There you go. DW. So I watched it assuming that I was going to be able to make a lot of assumptions. And there were actually a couple of really important things that I learned. One, for me personally, was, again, poverty, the effects of abject poverty, and how morality goes out the window when you have mouths to feed.
Right, you're able to rationalize that, aren't you?
Well, you have to, you have a family, and because of the work that you're doing, you're having more children, so there's more poverty. That and how much power, though, that it gave the women in this clip to be able to pay off family debt, which is often so difficult to do. The other one was how the men in the family would be involved, husbands, grandfathers, fathers, uncles acting as pimps. And then again,
and protectors, caretakers,
and protectors,
right.
Exactly. Because recognizing, and then saying, women call the shots in our family. They're the breadwinners. And then the caste system and how just crippling it is.
Caste system, basically, for it's just basically it's a
hierarchy. It's a hierarchy, exactly.
Of your financial or your status in the community.
Yes, everything.
And you're born into it. So that means if you're a middle class person, or your parents are middle class, you have no chance of in that area of making it to the next level of social prevalence.
And that includes marrying into a better life.
Yeah,
it's not available to you because you're not of the caste.
Right, you can't marry down.
Exactly.
Maybe you get thrown out if you do, I guess, right?
What did you guys think about it?
The most fascinating thing is the reversal, considering what we know about how men treat women in India.
Yeah.
You hear a lot about these
acid
encounters, rape and bus attacks for rape. I mean, multiple men, raping young women. And when the tides are turned, and in the caste system, like you were saying, when the women have the only commodity that can work, if you have to understand, in the caste system as well, these men can't even find jobs, because one of the ideas of the caste system is the last thing you want is someone earning their way out of it.
Right.
So you can't even get a job outside of that. They will only give you jobs in that world. You can't work up. It doesn't work like that. So inevitably, the women become the wage earners, and the men basically become the women, in that kind of a reversal.
Right. They raise kids, clean up the house, and act as pimps.
That's right. They take care of everything, and they know their wives are having sex with multiple men a day, and that's just one of those rationalizations you have to make to feed your family. And they are treated like queens. I mean, and one of the girls that they were talking about was 15 years old. By the way, this is legal in India.
Yeah. And she got into it after seeing that her mother was getting older and kind of aging out of the system.
It's generational. They were talking to a woman who's probably in her 70s that did it up until recently. And and with very little protection. It was painfully sad, to be quite honest with you, is what it was.
It really is.
It's painfully sad.
Yeah, the prostitution is legal, but soliciting is not. Owning or managing a brothel is not. Prostitution in a hotel is not. Pimping is not. So it seems like everything is in place to keep this. It's almost impossible for them to break out of the cycle.
It is impossible. I mean,
Well, and I think that was the ray of hope they were trying to give you at the end of the story through education of someone else who got an opportunity to get educated. So he's going back. He's trying to teach them job skills so they can get out. Because you talk about the caste system as well. They no, you are part of a lower caste. You cannot take part in our community. So it's very isolating, and they're kind of confined to these villages that have become prostitution villages, where the women, it's matriarchal because the women are doing the work.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. They're making the money.
And they're also the ones now in charge of these households.
But that's why they say trapped by tradition, because the tradition is there and you are trapped. You cannot leave. You can't earn enough money to do anything because you can't earn a living as a man. You have to be dependent on your woman. Your woman can only earn enough money to pay the bills, maybe.
And for building or stuff to get a loan, you have to go to loan sharks because the banks don't recognize prostitution as a legitimate profession. So
the system is set up to make them fail.
And then the interest rate on that
keeps them perpetually in debt.
Yeah, exactly.
The company store.
So I mean, I know that the reporter who was interviewing the women was surprised that the one of them was able to make several $1,000s, was able to pay off her family's debt. So you realize even more the importance. There was an Indian restaurant that I used to go to once a week, every week for years. And I used to say to the owner, I bet you must like it when, people from your homeland, from India, come in and have dinner here. And he said, not really, because of my caste, I'm looked down upon. So even as they're eating my food and sitting in my very successful restaurant, the whole time they're deriding him because of his caste.
Oh my God!
So how would they know that? Because
it's your name. It's fascinating. That's going to be the next thing I'm going to wormhole on because I thought. I think it has to do with your name and what region of the country that you're from. They would know, like, again, there was 5 provinces where these prostitution villages were mainly located.
In the northern part of the state for anyone booking a trip.
Yeah, so they would know. They would know. Chances are they would be able to identify your caste by what part of the country in India you're from. But I thought that was heartbreaking. Here he is, a successful businessman, and he's still being looked down like he's trash because of what he had no control over.
And right after their dinner, I'd go up and go, How did you enjoy your pubic hair curry tonight? 'Cause I don't know if you know this. I may be lower on the scale, but I don't have your pubic hair in my stomach. Now do I? That'll be $150, sir.
Exactly.
Oh, and there's a tax. It's a pubic hair tax. God, I couldn't imagine that.
But enjoy this dessert I made with X-Lax.
Right, I would be nauseated if I was to watch that happen. I would feel so bad. It's so crazy. When you watch it and you look at the squalor that they're living in, and again, you would think, and when you hear, listen, these girls are pretty girls. I mean, some of these girls are beautiful women. They really are. They'd be gorgeous women. And when you hear about who their customers are, you're like, God, could you imagine the life that's in? On top of where you're doing it, which is their home, which is, let's just say, think humble. And then think where you would keep your livestock, because that's where they're living. And then, and then the women who are having sex with, migrant workers, people who have been, travelers, truck drivers and stuff. And not saying that those are bad jobs or anything like that, but you get the idea of what they have to do to earn money to go down the line. They're not, they're not serving an elitist population there,
No, I mean, the fact that these are men with disposable income makes them pretty special. But one of the women that you meet in this 12-minute and 26-second documentary is a woman who lost her one and only child, her daughter, who was also in the trade and ended up getting very, very sick and passing, which now leaves her elderly mother with no way to take care of herself.
And they said that it was probably because of an STD. Another thing they have to dodge while doing that. Because, I mean, how many of those
unprotected sex?
How many of those men are really buying condoms?
They're not. Look at how many children are born of those unions that can't register with the state because they don't know their father's name. But you have to know your father's name in India because that's how the state usually recognizes you. So now you have a village full of young children where
like bastard orphan children.
Exactly. And someone just texted us at 77031 and said, Jack Deb, I spent years battling sex trafficking locally and internationally. Been to Calcutta. The average age of young boys and girls starting in this industry is 8 to 9. And that was back in 2005. That's the other aspect of this is the Westerners who travel to these countries specifically for underage.
The sex life, because I mean, they're
children.
Right, because in a lot of them, I think didn't they say the average age, you're usually introduced to this lifestyle between 15 and 17 years old?
And that would be in some cases considered pretty old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because, again, tourists come over and look at Jared from Subway.
Right.
He's a perfect example of this kind of sex trade tourism that goes to Southeast Asia.
That guy Gary Glitter did it.
Yeah. Again, it's because
they go to Vietnam.
They have available Thailand, Vietnam, India, because they have access to that. So I thought it was fascinating because it was both power for them and powerless.
You know what I liked about it as well?
At the same time.
I liked the fact that it wasn't salacious.
No.
Because you see the word prostitution and you automatically think that there's going to be some scenes of that, and really it was not that at all. Not to ruin it for anybody, but it's not salacious at all. It's just it's a really interesting 12-minute story about a tragic scenario that many humans. Did you remember the number of how many there are in India? Did you guys remember that? Did you catch that? 3 to 4 million prostitution of these people who live in these prostitution villages in India. 3 to 4 million of them.
Wow.
Which is amazing, again, when you consider, like Jack said, how much of the system is set up to allow it and yet not allow it so that you can make your money, but you can't go to the bank.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, again, you're just set up to fail.
Yeah. They even passed legislation about it, right? It was that what was that act they talk about in the very first part of the story? That's that very thing to kind of keep them down.
Right, exactly. From the British colonial rule when those nomadic tribes were kind of outlawed.
Yep.
So I thought it was fascinating, and I'm going to learn more about the Caste system, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good, very good. Again, JimColbertLive.com. Click through to the What'd You Do That's New master list, and you can check that out as well. Jack, what do you have for us?
I'm going to give you a video about a little more about the Olympics, not specifically the Paris Games, but a little more behind the scenes of the Olympics and things that go on.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll get that again. You can find that at JimColbertLive.com, the master list for What'd You Do That's New. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. My wife woke up something the other day, and we couldn't explain it. We think we know what it is. I'll ask you guys next.
It's a ghost.
What'd you do that's new? Brought to you by Glenn Klossman. KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman. KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye. Slow traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits and now through downtown as well. Looking at a good ride east and westbound for those who need to take the 408 this afternoon. If you happen to see any traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrex material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey. If you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays, the sound of paydays, the sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny. Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Florida residents get in for only $17.50 till the end of July. Gatorland.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval. Deb, you may be on something. I think Jimmy may be planning something. Why else would you come on a 100,000-watt radio station asking if it's okay to break the law?
Okay, hold on.
Unless you're not planning something.
Hold on, buddy.
And I think that something may be a white van,
Easy.
a kidnapping,
Easy.
and Fias car.
Oh, boy.
Later.
See ya. All right,
might have a point there.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
All right, 407-916-1041. Not the sweet Fias. Come on. Only heard him once a week. He deserves every bit of it.
Only Fridays.
Yeah, welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Hey, before we get to this thing with my my wife, I'm going to ask you a quick question because this drug thing is fascinating to me. Right? We were talking about
The
drugs.
bale floating out in the ocean.
Yeah, all that stuff, right? What industry has the most drug users? And before you say restaurant,
it is the first one that popped in my head.
Before you say restaurant, let's take that one out of play. I think everybody kind of understands in the restaurant business there could be some partying happening 24/7.
Lawyers.
Other than that,
What do you mean by drug use?
I mean,
Does weed count?
Yes, casual drug use. I think any casual drug use, and I think weed. Anything that is considered like illegal. I mean, even maybe not the pill thing, although I think that comes into play, but because
at one point I think maybe over the road truck driving might have had a higher percentage of
methamphetamine.
Yeah,
but that's kind of gone away because they really regulate the F out of that now. So there's no way as a trucker, with any major line, you're going to get away with using methamphetamine without getting busted in a relatively short period of time. And I have a story, and I think I may know this.
Realtors?
This goes back to a story when my wife was selling commercial real estate here in Orlando.
Okay.
And while selling commercial real estate, she would travel occasionally for these big conventions, right? One of the biggest conventions in Vegas that happens every single year is the Realtor convention. It is massive. I mean massive. And my wife says it is a human circus of debauchery. That there is zero chance that anybody that leaves that place tells their wife or their spouse even a tenth of what they actually had while there. I mean a tenth. It is supposed to be Sodom-esque out there during the Realtors convention. My wife told me that those people get loose. Quote, Realtors get banged up for real. I would think the real estate business has to be pretty close. That's got to be a top 5 contender.
I would say it is.
Texting service took your prompt and ran with it because you are seeing you have carpet and tile setters for what profession may do the most drugs, park rangers, lawyers.
Hold on. Park rangers?
Yeah, mushrooms.
Park
man.
rangers and
natural,
mushrooms.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's
so cool. I'm going to become a park ranger.
I've never heard that. Is that for real?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was going to say.
Sounds cool, though, doesn't it?
I didn't even know that was like a thing, like a reputation of thing. Like you become a park ranger so you can crawl up in that tower and get shroomed out.
Lawyers, musicians, car dealerships, construction by far, lifeguards.
I think construction guys they probably smoke more weed than anybody.
That's not what the texting service is saying. Those are your pill guys.
Really?
Yeah. How about pharmaceutical reps?
No, you don't get high on your own supply.
No, not on your own supply, but I heard they like to throw it down.
Really? See, I think you almost have to rule out musicians as well. Because I mean it's kind of understood that
Wait, what?
And there's not an organization of musicians. You know what I'm saying? There's not you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to take a test to become, and I know you don't have to do that for a construction guy, but you know,
Are you saying it's not a profession?
I'm saying it is a profession, Jack, but there's like how many musicians per like realtors? It's like 1 per every 100.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, wow. I was in the automobile industry for 27 years, and let me tell you something. People that sell cars are either in recovery program or should be in a recovery program.
I've heard that as well. I had a bit of experience with some car dealers in my life, and it's not those guys, not the Thurston family, none of those guys, but being in that world, you learn that that's a party scene as well.
Oh, hell, radio used to be that way when they used to send Coke in the album sleeve so that music directors would put their music on the air.
I saw that episode of WKRP in Cincinnati too.
No, I had PDs who'd have.
Oh, how about strippers?
Well, that's a given.
Jack, do you understand what we're doing?
Yeah, I do. I'm naming professions that have a high percentage of drug use.
Yeah, and you're correct. Strippers do.
Well, that was from a texting. I didn't even think of that.
It is a small. But here's the thing: like you have large professions out there that can't do it. Like teachers can't get high. Teachers, I mean, I guess they could do some blow. But they can't get high. You can't have that because we learned a couple weeks ago that stuff stays on your hair for like 3 months.
Yeah, but did they test?
Yeah, I mean, teachers get tested, do they not?
I don't know because
hold on,
because where there are medical marijuana cards, I know a lot of employers took THC out of their drug.
You got to give them that.
No, there's no way.
You got to give teachers weed.
You got to give teachers weed.
You got to give teachers weed.
Can I tell you, I think they should be able to smoke it in class. Let me help you out here. In middle school, a lot more stuff.
Hey, the middle school will be the one that'll be wrapping your backwoods roller for you.
There should be a line to shoot you up before you walk into your class if you teach middle school. But there's no way that you can't get fired if you get caught smoking weed as a teacher. I can't believe that they would have taken that off that. I can't believe that. It makes sense in Florida when you look at the ratings. Not for upper level. We do well there. Next to the bottom for the public stuff, though.
I taught for 13 years and never got tested.
Yeah.
Someone else is saying police department. No, isn't that the irony?
The guy who runs that locker.
Right.
Hey, the guy who runs the drug locker doesn't dress well for some reason.
Where'd he go?
His hair's always messed up.
Yeah.
He's always leaving at about 3 and saying he's got to meet a friend.
Why does he drive a Porsche?
Why is Brad so unkempt?
And yet rich.
And he does have a Porsche and a great tan. It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as soon as we went to break about that a minute ago, I was like, I wonder what profession has the most drug users. It's got to be. Yeah, I think, man, I don't know.
Well, here we go. Perfect text. I'll make it easy. Every profession involving humans.
Right, yeah, right. All right, 407-916-1041. So, wife wakes up on, what is today, Tuesday?
Yes.
Sunday morning, excuse me, and noticed that her wrist was itching. And she looked down, and on her wrist there was a little welt that had 2 little dots.
Oh no!
In the welt, and we were wondering,
brown recluse,
is that an automatic spider bite like that too? Because she says it's freaky that I got bitten in the middle of the night by a spider. Does that really happen that often?
Yes.
That spiders, but now, and funny enough, we just killed one in our bathtub the other day. But
now, so you have an angry spider family.
Exactly.
But that's the only one we've ever seen in the house. We've been in there like 2.5, 3 months. We've seen one spider in the house. I just can't believe that she got bitten by a spider. And do they automatically just bite like that? They just crawl and you go, oh, got a bite.
Nope. That was, they were helping out their friend Bubba that you guys took out in the shower.
A little retribution there.
Oh, yeah, they're waiting.
Have you ever been bitten by one? By a spider?
I believe I have, but again, it's been at night, so I didn't know, and there was nothing in the bed to wake up to, but the bite just looked like, that looks like it was probably a spider bite.
And it had the 2 little dots on it or whatever for like where the fangs would be, and it was just a tiny little welt. You would think it would be way worse. She said it did itch like hell, though. And by the way, I've never been bitten by a spider, but ant bites are the itchiest bites by a billion. I mean, ant bites are awful. I mean, they're
like fire
terrible.
ants?
Oh, my God, they're the worst. You will
For me,
scratch
it's no-see-ums.
You will scratch yourself bleeding. That's bad as well.
What are ghost ants?
Ghost ants?
Let me look
Have
it
you heard
up.
of ghost ants?
I've not heard of a ghost ant.
What are the kind of ants?
The sugar ants are the super small ones, right?
That's all right. Sugar ants.
Yeah, the really, really tiny ones. You can't even tell if they're an ant until they start moving.
Right. How do you get rid of them?
I think flamethrower. I don't know, but I
better move my toothbrush because I've been seeing them around my sink lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not usually where they are.
Well,
are you a sloppy brusher?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, because that toothpaste got sugar in it. You're a sloppy brusher. Usually in the kitchen is where you find the sugar.
I would get that. I get them around my desk, but I used to eat and I don't eat at my desk at home anymore.
Right.
But once they're there, it's like, I got
a car that got infested with them once. Because I was a pig, and I would have just like wrappers in my crumbs and wrappers, and man, once they find out, they send the word out. Yeah, toast cheese over here, guys.
It's amazing that many can appear, and it's like, okay, where were they all yesterday?
Well, if you want to try and get rid of them yourself,
just chilling behind a wall.
Yeah, the first step is finding their nest. That's the first step. If you want to get rid of them, is find their nest. Ghost ants are most commonly found in moist environments.
All right.
So look around the exterior of your house for like piles of wood or mulch.
Really?
Maybe some wet leaves. So if you know where you've been like near your office, maybe go check the exterior of where your office is located.
Oh, yeah.
To see if there's anything there that could be where they're nesting.
And they communicate. Like if one of those just finds out there's some stuff there, all of them going to know real quick. I mean,
Chemical.
They go back and spread this chemical, this pheromone thing out there or whatever, and it just tells everybody food. At the Dum-Dum's house. The guy who can't eat right.
So I don't know if it's ghosts. I think it might be sugar ants because they're little tiny ones. They're fast. It's like here's another one.
Yeah.
I just keep killing them with my finger.
it's like a mad little fat kid. Somebody said ticks are itchier. I did get hit by a tick one time, and that thing drove me crazy.
I don't remember the itch of a tick.
So
it drove me crazy. You couldn't scratch it hard enough. It actually just made it itch more.
What happened with your wife's spider bite?
So I haven't talked to her today. But
she might have lost the hand.
She could. She could be at the emergency room right now, Jack. She's gonna come with a robot hand tonight. She's gonna have a flipper there. But no, she didn't. She just said it itched really bad for 2 days, and I haven't talked to her about it. But it did. I mean, it looked crazy. It was like a Hollywood thing, like a little welt there with 2 dots right in the middle, like a little vampire bat got her.
Yeah.
It had to have been a spider, but you never see them. And where do they go?
Like spiders, you're not. I mean, if you have a spider, you're not supposed to kill it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to kill spiders.
Don't kill spiders.
But I only had to kill
insects.
I had to kill the one we had simply because.
Why?
Well, because I didn't want to pick it up and take it outside. I don't like insects. Like did you see that thing that happened in Rhode Island?
You're the P word.
I know that Sean talked about it. That invasion
I caught a bat
of dragonflies.
They're dragonflies, Jimmy.
That's the creepiest, other than praying mantis. That is the creepiest looking insect on the planet. Dragonflies are whack.
They're the closest things we have to real dragons. You got to respect.
They're like flying stained glass windows, and praying mantises are cool, except that they can kill birds.
Yeah. Praying mantises are no joke, and they are unpredictable.
Look up an orchid praying mantis. They literally look like flowers.
And they have a saw, like their jaw is like a saw blade.
Yeah, but literally do not, if you have praying mantises, do not have them near a bird feeder, a bird bath. Because they've got a punch that will take out a bird.
And listen, these guys have these YouTube channels, and they like have these praying mantis, and they feed it stuff, right? So man, I was watching, I was like, oh, let's see what this praying mantis does. First thing you know, when he puts the camera on that thing, I'm like, what is that thing? It's like a foot long, and it looks like an alien. It's got these crazy eyes, and it looks at you. Do you remember that cartoon show?
Yes.
Where it had the cartoon praying mantis? What was that show called?
Was that, no, that was, it wasn't Adamant. Was that...
It was, I don't know, but everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's got that weird bottom jaw thing, and they fed this thing like some kind of, I don't know what.
Was it her mate?
No, it wasn't her mate, but it was.
Aren't they one of the insects that also eats their mates along with the black widow?
And they put that, whatever this other insect was in, and the praying mantis caught it. And because they don't show emotion, it's just eating this thing by the head. And the thing's still alive, and the mantis is like eating it like it's a banana, and he's watching football. He's like, no emotion, eating this thing alive, completely destroying it. This thing is fighting for its life. Mantis doesn't care, not even a little bit. But those dragonflies, that infestation of dragonflies, did you see that story?
I did.
How many did they expect there were? It was an entire beach.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
Not a fan of those things, by the way. Not a fan. But you're right. They are beautiful, though.
Yeah, I am right. You are.
On Space Ghost.
I didn't say I was scared of them. I don't like them.
Space Ghost had an evil talking mantis, Zorak. He was his band leader.
That's it.
Yeah, band leader.
He's a band leader praying mantis. That's back when cartoons were great. Park rangers loved them. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031.
So a texter says there's no such thing as sugar ants. Sugar ants and ghost ants are the same thing.
Oh, I see.
That's what they're saying. And someone else says Windex. They heard Windex takes care of them, which is really convenient because I can clean my bathroom and get rid of them at the same time.
Is it just the alcohol? Is that what it is?
Or the ammonia?
Yeah, ammonia. There you go.
If you watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding, you know that Windex fixes everything.
Oh, that's
pimples on your face.
Really?
Oh yeah, the father and her real life father used Windex. If you had a pimple, Windex.
So that's like the Greek WD-40.
For this particular family, Windex was and sure, if it didn't work, man, she got rid of a zip by putting a little Windex on it.
For my family, it was mercurochrome and WD-40. Those two chemicals can fix anything.
Anything. Bactine for us and duct tape. It's the handyman's helper.
Did your jet engine quit running? WD-40 and iodine or mercurochrome. It was or Bactine. You remember Bactine mist?
Yes.
God,
yes.
Jesus.
Mirachrome I hated because it was that red stuff that stung like fire. Oh my God. It was.
But you felt so healthy after they put it on. We're like, I could do anything now. I got this stuff on me.
I got this big old red mark on my arm.
It made it look worse. I was like, I couldn't see it a minute ago.
Right.
But you painted this giant Japanese flag dot on it. And now everybody sees it.
Everybody sees it.
Oh, this is what I'm going to have to stop on the way home. Someone says use bay leaves to get rid of those ants.
Really?
So that's a natural way. I
That
can just,
is.
Now,
put them over my desk and bathroom.
That's wild because I know that, is it rats that don't like spearmint? I think there is.
I believe so, yeah.
It's rats or something like that don't like the smell of peppermint or spearmint. And squirrels or something as well. So they tell you if you have an issue with like some kind of infestation like
I heard
that.
like cinnamon also works with squirrels.
Yeah.
I have one sister who does all of that essential oil stuff.
Okay.
And I think that she does like that, one of those smells, and she'll put them on cotton balls in the corner of the room. So it's supposed to be for insects, but if you look behind the furniture, there's these smelly cotton balls all over.
I'd rather have the roaches. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Olympic update. Coming up next on the Jim Colbert Show.
iHeartRadio Olympics update.
U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff is out of the Olympic women's singles tournament after a bad call caused her to lose her cool.
I do, and then you guys apologize afterwards, and you guys say, I'm sorry. And then what does that do for me in the match?
Gauff will still have 2 more cracks at a medal in women's doubles and mixed doubles. The American women's 3-on-3 basketball team lost its opener to Germany today.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we know it's hot, 94 degrees, 94, feeling like about 107. There's a 60% chance for a thunderstorm this evening. Instead of yesterday when the storms happened mid-afternoon, today it looks like they may hold off until probably the commute time or maybe even later than that. Big soccer game going on at Camping World Stadium, so a lot of folks will be watching that radar. We're also watching the possibility of a tropical system this weekend. Stay tuned to Fox 35 for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal will leave you and your wallet full. Grab a bacon cheeseburger and order of regular fries, a drink, and a sundae for a whole lot of happy. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you want a new grill this summer at a great price, it's Tools Ace Hardware. Up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill. Get that beautiful wood-fired flavor when you cook for your family. Or maybe you like propane grills. They got you covered there as well. Up to $150 off a brand new grill from Napoleon. But Tools Ace also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private. Or encrypted. Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. They keep the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, just go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And now, another insurance story from...
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny. Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own, you-know-what?
Honey, shh.
I heard
He bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
It's time for Jack's Olympic Update on the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome, one and all. No spoiler alerts on this Olympic update. Today's Olympic update is brought to you by the Backpack Brigade, happening this Friday at the Walmart at 11250 East Colonial Drive from 8 in the morning until 3. I'll be there from probably about 9 until 11. We are raising school supplies and trying to set a bunch of kids up for this upcoming school season, and we want you to join us. If you want more details, go to our website, realradio.fm/school. So yesterday in the games, as you know, most of the games are, finishing up right about now, and NBC will have their coverage tonight. I'll let you know what you'll be able to watch there. But yesterday I got home, watched the games, and it was, everything that occurred in a day. One of the highlights, though, was men's gymnastics. That was really the highlight of the day yesterday. Jim, did you watch any of it, or you're familiar with any of it?
So there is one particular story with men's gymnastics that I did follow, and it's that kid who does the pommel horse.
Yeah,
that's all he does. They call him Clark Kent.
The one who sleeps and then just stands up, whips off his glasses, and does like a pommel routine.
So for people who don't remember this movie, there's a movie called, what was the football movie in prison?
Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
And in the Longest Yard, there was a guy, and he just sat in the stands, and he did nothing. And the guy comes up and goes, "What do you do?" Because I'm the kicker. He goes, "You just sit there and read the paper and do." And he goes out there and he kicks a 40-yarder and just comes back and sits down. That's this guy with gymnastics.
Yeah.
This is all he does.
Yes. And yesterday, before he competed in the morning, he solved a Rubik's Cube in 9.5 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He's a straight nerd.
But I
straight nerd.
Completely.
Completely. Central casting nerd.
Get ripped.
Yeah.
Right? Because
ripped.
all of these guys are jacked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I hate using that term because it's my name. But
and it's something else.
Yeah, but so he did compete, and it was the men's team. They were searching for glory because it's been a drought.
It's been a minute.
It's 2008, the last time.
Wow.
USA men's gymnastic won a team medal. So 2008, and the women in the meantime have been nothing but successful between gold and silver, and they are just steady Eddie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the men's team, would this be it? And they really had a horrible qualifying. At least one of the guys did. Brody Malone had a real horrible qualifying 2 days before. But so this is about resilience, them coming back, and they did it. And Jim, just audio of Steven Nedorowskic. He is the guy who they call him a specialist, so he's not on all the other disciplines. There's 6 different disciplines in men's gymnastics, right? All he does is the pommel horse. So, and he was the last one to go. So no pressure or anything.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, he's got to nail his routine to be able to, for the Team USA to get on the stand. So
It's a home run.
To those who wait.
The drought is over. Team USA, they will be on that medal stand.
Oh, and then
listen to that, man. Listen to that.
It was so great. I mean, the place was electric. Meanwhile, they ended up getting bronze. You had Japan and China competing for gold and silver. Russia not in the Olympics due to the Ukraine war. They've been barred from Olympic play. So. And prior to that, they couldn't play as Russia because of their doping scandal.
Yeah, the doping stuff, right.
So it's been a minute before the Russian flag is flown at an Olympic game. However, men's gymnastics, and one of the coolest moments, because NBC does it with these feature stories. You get to know these guys a little more. I think it really adds to
it's
the
a good
coverage.
job. I've seen a couple of them. They do a good job. And it's not too long. You're right. It used to be 3 minutes, but I don't know who told us the other day. It's like more like 90 seconds now, 30 seconds.
And they do it with the families as well. And then at the end, after the Team USA won, they showed clips of the men's gymnasts hooking up with their families, showing them the medals. And it was just, oh, man, it gets you.
Gets in the feels,
yeah. Just like a Publix commercial.
Oh, yeah. You're looking around the room going, gosh, it's dusty in here. Someone needs to clean.
Yeah, it was pretty damn good. Also, so swimming was the other big thing last night. And again, the parents celebrating their kids' victory, because you just imagine, you couldn't be more proud of your kid.
Could you imagine?
When they achieved their dreams at such a young age, to be able to hit that level of achievement, it's so cool. So it's just so much fun to watch. However, the women's 400 individual medley, here's the deal. You got to do all the strokes with that, right? So
yes.
It's all the different disciplines.
Right. The medley is right. It's breaststroke, it's butterfly, it's backstroke, and then it's freestyle.
Yeah. So the parents celebrating it was Katie Grimes got silver for her first Olympic medal. Emma Wyant got the bronze. It's her. She had a medal before. However, let's talk about Canadian gold medalist Summer McIntosh. You know, she ran away with it, right?
Love that name, Summer McIntosh.
And she's young. I think she's 20. She's going to be a star for years to come. But just like Puerto Rico, I got a problem here.
Okay. I like this. So Jack has a problem with Puerto Ricans.
Not Puerto Ricans. I love you.
I misheard you.
I love
Canucks.
you.
It's Canucks. He has a
All
problem
due
with
respect
Canucks.
to Angel on the Monsters.
Canadians.
But, I think an asterisk, any medals they win, I think should go to our medal count. Now, let's talk about Summer. She's a Canadian. She trains here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So,
we should get halvesies.
We've had there's a lot of swimming participants and athletes from other countries who go to school here and compete here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I think, we should get credit for those.
Right,
I'm just saying.
For harboring these people.
Come on, man.
That's right, yeah, I'm down.
U.S. women's basketball team crushed Japan by 26 points. What's so amazing about these women, I think they're going for their 8th straight Olympic gold. They've now won 56 games in a row dating back to the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? Now, have you guys seen, Deb, have you been watching the Olympics at all?
Not a lot, no.
You get a lot of the same commercials. I mean,
you do, yeah.
These are the ones, they're paying big money. Because NBC had to pay big money to get the games.
That's right.
There's a Google ad. I've seen it about a dozen times, and it didn't really dawn on me, the controversy. And then when I read it, I go, oh, man, they are absolutely right. Because it's celebrating AI. And it shows, it's being narrated by a dad. And he shows it's his young daughter who's a wannabe track star, and he's in love with she's in love with American Olympian track star Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. Okay, she's one of our best track stars, right?
Okay,
and so this is kind of like his daughter wants to write her, and he really, this is so important. He wants Sydney, the track star, to know how much she means to his daughter and stuff. And so they use Google AI to write the letter for that. And it's, it's one of those feel good commercials. And then people are saying, why would anyone want to replace their child's personal creativity of expressing how much they love towards their track star? Oh, we'll just have AI write this letter for you, explaining to a celebrity how much they mean to you and how much they inspire you, instead of inspiring your daughter to come up with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
good job, Google.
Yeah. Well, and the critics are saying a little tone deaf. I'm curious if we're going to keep seeing that.
Exactly. Read the room.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. It's just kind of disingenuous, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you get a letter from a 9-year-old and the punctuation is perfect and the vernacular is incredible, like college level, you're like, okay, come on.
Well, then you're not talking to a child.
Yeah.
And apparently someone texted us that Summer is only 17.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
She's going to be a star for years to come.
Stay away from India.
And we deserve some of those medals. Speaking of medals,
he's doubling down. I love it.
Team USA snagged 8 more medals yesterday, but no golds yesterday. We have the overall total with 20 after day 3. More being fought for today, But if you want going only by the gold, we're in 6th place.
Let me ask you something real quick, because I noticed the stats today. Even if you come out of the Olympics with the most medals, let's say you win more medals than anybody, but 40% of your medals are bronze, did you really win the Olympics?
It's a legit question.
It is a legit
Because
question.
I looked at it today and I'm like, we're killing it with bronze. I mean, nobody's better than coming in 3rd than we are. I mean, that's what it is. Like, I mean, I think what France and Japan are tied with 8 or something apiece when it comes to gold. We have like 3 or 4.
There's more on the line today, more gold being fought for today. If you're watching on tonight on NBC, you're going to get women's gymnastics and a lot more swimming tonight. And it's the women's team. So that's probably might be one of the most watched events of the Olympics.
Theoretically, we should take down golf as well.
Yeah.
We should win that. I think we should, there are a number of sports out there I think we are favored in coming up. So hopefully that'll work. I mean, who's favored in breakdancing? Does anybody know? Do we have a good breakdancing team? Do we know anything about our breakdancers?
I know nothing about it except that it's new, but, you thought we were going to win skateboarding and you were wrong there.
No. I said we should win because we invented it.
Well, in the men's, Niger Houston, the video that Ross had us watch one time for What'd You Do That's New, he got the bronze. Another American got silver.
Yeah.
And I think it went to Japan.
Yeah, and Jagger Easton had a chance to win gold. His last trick, had he landed it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched almost the entire thing.
Very cool.
His last trick, he had the opportunity to win gold and didn't land it. But that kid who won, that Japanese kid, is a defender. That kid is not even human. That kid does stuff that it's unbelievably difficult and unbelievably dangerous. This kid makes it look like just like child's play. He's incredible.
Who's hungry? You hungry? I'm hungry.
It's time for Jack's Olympic snack.
Okay,
on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right.
It was chicken wings. It was chicken wings yesterday.
But it's because it was National Chicken Wing Day.
But
How
I
were
wasn't
they?
done. I went back into the kitchen. Had a drink or whatever, and then I saw them out. I saw a box. Don't judge me. But I ate like almost 3/4 of a box of
Bugles.
No.
Pretzels.
No.
Okay, hold on. Extra toasty Cheez-Its.
No. It comes out of a box, so you're good.
Popcorn.
No.
Cracker Jacks.
No.
Fiddle Faddle.
No. Think a yellow box.
A yellow box?
Yeah.
Of snacks?
Yeah.
M&M's.
Have you heard of Wheat Thins?
Oh, yeah. My grandpa curses at them.
You want to make it better?
No.
It wasn't Wheat Thins. I had Thin Wheats.
Oh, Jack. You had Aldi Thin Wheats?
Aldi Thin Wheat is their version of Wheat Thins.
Jack, you are going to doo-doo a box.
I ate 3/4 of it.
He is going to doo-doo a box.
Jack,
then you get down to the point where you look at what's left and you're like, oh, that's not even a whole serving. I can't leave that. I should eat the rest.
Jack is going to poop an Olympic bed.
So
tonight you got to up your game, man.
Oh man, Thin Wheats, huh, Jack?
Yeah, I'm not sure what tonight's
How much do you save buying that product as opposed to Wheat Thins?
Probably a couple bucks.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, I'll investigate then.
It's time for this to be over and get back to the Jim Colbert Show.
We should get him some snacks.
Jack just told me the last break. He said I got this brand new candy from Aldi. It's called W's and W's.
No way.
No, it's just M&M's upside down.
Okay.
All right, 407.
Not even a natural.
916-1041. What determines your snack of the day, by the way, before we... What determines that? Like,
what's available in the fridge?
What's available?
What do you have in the house?
You don't make a trip out. I mean, if I were you and I was doing this as a bit, I think I would go shopping. Okay, that day I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat peanuts. I'm going to eat some boiled peanuts. I'm going to eat some pretzels.
I bought something
some
today.
combos.
I bought something today, so I think I know that's going to be my snack tonight. But also, I have to bring home some more Jim Colbert Show steak seasoning because I finished my last bottle of my last batch of microwave popcorn.
It's so good. Yeah. I can't eat popcorn anymore.
No.
Diverticulitis?
Shut up, Jack.
Is that it? Yeah. Oh. Pop-up's getting old.
It just kills me. I love it as much as I love anything. Ice cold, crispy Pepsi and salty, tiny bit of butter popcorn is one of the greatest snacks of all time. And your boy's done.
Really?
How do I? 407-916-1041. What?
Good news. We have a breakdancer in the Olympics from Kissimmee.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
I think it's next weekend, the final weekend, breaking.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I'll watch some damn breakdancing.
Can't you get a tax write-off for these snacks so you can up your game and go to wheat thins instead of thin wheats?
I don't want wheat thins. I like my thin wheats.
What's going to be next? Do you eat nuts?
We're late for break.
That's a legitimate question, Jack Bradshaw. I need to know right now.
Yeah,
do you eat nuts?
I do.
What is your favorite nut?
I like. You know what? I like peanuts.
Yeah, just straight up peanuts.
Yeah,
just
peanuts are good.
roasted salted peanuts.
And almonds, but I like the wasabi almonds.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Those are a good time
That's a
right
good
there.
one.
That's a good
That's
time.
a good one, yeah.
Cashews? Not a big cashew?
Yeah, cashews. Yeah.
But they have to be crunchy.
Yes.
They got to toast some of those companies like that one company, Emerald. They don't roast them enough. They're too mushy. You got to get them crunchy.
Yeah, I went with the W&W.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
Shut up.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
Slow traffic continues this afternoon along I-4 in the Orlando area, with delays being the heaviest by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash westbound on the beach line that blocks the right lane at Consulate Drive. No major problems to report for drivers who need to take the Greenway or the 408. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Florida Hometown Heroes program for down payment assistance has been funded with $100 million as of July 1st. Now, this gives all eligible first-time home buyers, or if you haven't owned a home for the past 3 years, plus all veterans and active duty military, you may be eligible for down payment assistance funds up to $35,000. No, this is not a scam. Find out today if you're eligible for this money by starting your pre-approval application at thatmortgageguydon.com. Do not wait too long. Last year, the $100 million program was funded in July, and the money was all given out by December. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Monster Jam. Massive stunts. All-out racing. Crazy skills. Monster Jam. As big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your $20 pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Kia Center this Saturday and Sunday.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. guaranteed. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase, $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and always at shopidc.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
So the other day I had to look up what brown recluse or black widow spider bites look like. Ooh. And found out that I was not bit by either of those two spiders, but I was replacing my neighborhood's nature trail bridge down in the woods, ran across black widows and brown recluse on opposite ends of the bridge, and ended up getting bit by some other type of spider. You know, 2 fang marks, red spots, but no necrosis.
Hey guys, sugar ants is kind of a general term for a couple different type of ants. Ghost ants does fall under there. They will gather around water for the most part. Best way to get rid of them is to use a non-repellent pesticide. You can get that at doityourselfpestcontrol.com. As far as spider bites, a lot of bites are misinterpreted as spider bites.
Good after morning, Colbert Cruz. So there's actually a fascinating YouTube channel that one of your other listeners has mentioned before called Ants Canada. And through that channel, I have learned a ton about ants. Most likely, Jack, what you are dealing with is ghost ants. And yes, the way they communicate entirely is through pheromones, whether that be here's food, we need to protect the queen, blah, 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 any of that stuff. So yeah, with that, Big T out.
Yeah, this is definitely a spider bite. As they were talking, I looked it up online to see what a spider bite looked like, and it's exactly what happened to my wife. Like, it's exactly the same kind of welt, the same little fang marks or whatever. And it's creepy to know that something bit, you know, that something was like crawling on you while you're sleeping.
And you moved. That's supposed to be your safe place.
That's
your bed.
exactly right.
When you're sleeping, you're most vulnerable.
Yeah. What are my dogs doing, by the way? My dogs sleep in the bed with us. They've done nothing for me.
Well, they move away from the spider because they don't want to get bit.
Of course. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041 to call us. Text us easily at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Yo.
Check us here as well.
I am.
And remember, if you want to leave a talk back, that's what you just heard, by the way. It's easy. Get the iHeartRadio app. It's free. Go to Real Radio once you get it, and then use that microphone you see to send your comment on down the line.
Our question of the day is posted in our YouTube chat. It's also on Real Radio's Instagram story, and it's how much is your average water bill, because we were talking about that earlier. And we gave you tiers of under 60 bucks.
We definitely gave you tiers.
Yeah, we did.
Under 60, 60 to 99, 100 to 150, or more.
Or more.
Yeah, Oviedo's given the real tiers.
Oh, yeah. So the water bill thing is terrifying a little bit sometimes because you never really know what it's going to be. With power, you get the idea, right? With power, you're like, well, I mean, I use the AC a lot during the summer. We know it's going to be more. You know, if you have people in your, like when my kids were around, my power bill was ridiculous because you have 3 girls and a boy. They're all athletes taking 2 showers a day, perpetually eating, perpetually washing clothes. So my power bill average was like $400 plus a month for my house. And the house really wasn't even that big. It's like 2,500 square feet. But, with the kids just blowing, I had a pool pump, the whole 9 yards, so it got expensive. So that vacation we just took up to the Carolinas, I come home, and we were gone for an entire week. Now, my son's there, so no big deal. But, we have this downstairs, but the downstairs is very, door closed. The bedroom that's downstairs, it's got a door that closed. The bathroom that's in that bedroom has a door that's closed. So whatever, is happening there, and he lives on the other side of the house, so he couldn't hear anything. So I walked in, we sat all of our stuff down in there, and I went to the bathroom. When I was in the bathroom, I noticed a sound. I was like, it's just a sound of something. When your house is quiet, nothing's running, AC, there's just no sounds. And I was like, what is that?
Oh, no.
And I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I walked downstairs. And as I walked downstairs, I could hear it more. I opened the bedroom door that was downstairs. I could hear it more. Opened the bathroom door downstairs, could hear it even more. The toilet flaps?
Yes.
The ones that were in the toilets in the house that we bought were so old that the pressure of the water had cupped the toilet stopper. And it basically, that water had been running down that toilet the entire time we were gone. We got the water bill yesterday. $325 to a water bill that's usually $45.
That seems too much.
That hurt me.
So it was constantly running water.
30,000 gallons.
Wow.
I felt like the biggest a-hole, but there was nothing I could do. Nobody can hear it. You can't hear it.
Right.
You didn't know. And I don't.
How long was that running?
It was 6 days. I don't walk into my house. You got to remember, so when your toilet fills up with water, right, that pressure of water, that's how much is just basically squirting into my sewer the entire night, the entire time.
Oh.
It was awful. And I felt so bad.
Yeah, all that wasted water.
Yeah, all that wasted water. You got to remember, each one of those tanks is, what, a gallon and a half flush usually?
Yeah.
Right? And they're updated toilets. It's not old toilets.
5,000 gallons a day for a toilet running constantly?
So think about this, buddy. It's how long does it take your toilet to fill up the bowl? To fill up, like when you flush the toilet,
30 seconds,
to fill
a
the
minute?
tank up, right?
Yeah.
So a gallon and a half every 30 seconds. So 3 gallons a minute. Now do your math.
Okay, 3 gallons a minute. That's 180
24
gallons.
hour. I mean, all day long,
an hour.
no stop.
200 gallons an hour, 24 hours.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, buddy.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's
That is
about right.
terrible.
Wow.
Yeah. 30,000 gallons of water. Enough to fill up the pool I just paid for when the other house. Right down the old drain. And for some reason, I told my wife, I said, I don't know why I would have rather had the power bill be $1,000 than that water bill be $300.
Because the waste.
Because the waste.
Yeah.
Like the
And
waste.
it's such a precious resource.
And I am not a wasteful person at all.
And your dad warned you.
My dad, I hate it when he's right. More than anybody. But he was right AF. I felt terrible about it. But
I want a cistern.
That's not, you know what? You're right. You should.
We should all have them.
Yeah. I know. And that's a big thing out where we are now. Like guys have they have gutters, and the gutters running right into these catch barrels.
Yeah.
And the catch barrels have evening systems. So about halfway up the catch barrel, they have a tube that runs to another one and then to another one. So
Nice.
when it tops up, it starts filling up the other catch barrel. Next thing you know, you have 3 of them.
Yeah.
Then at the bottom, they'll put a spigot in and use that to water their plants or their foliage around there, or a garden or herb garden or something like that.
Or take a bath.
I ain't taking a bath with rainwater.
I think
I have.
I have too, but
you can use it for your yard work and stuff. But that's like, so for me in my city, we have the water comes in, right, at the main water line, then it branches off. One is for irrigation, one is for your home. It's the same exact water coming off the same line.
Yeah.
But they split it in 2 and there's 2 meters.
Right.
The irrigation one, you're not paying sewer.
Right.
Which makes it immense. The water itself is cheap. Where they get you is the sewage. They figure, any water inside the house we have to take out.
Right.
What's frustrating to me is the spigots on the outside of the house are connected to the house water.
The house meter,
So
right?
I'm paying, you pay sewer water for your spigots. So I have a zone on my, what do you call that?
Sprinklers?
The sprinkler system.
Yeah.
I have one zone, and I just put a spigot on that. So if I really need it, I can just run zone 2 and hook a hose up to it.
Do you still? I mean, do you water your lawn in the summer in this state? I mean, you really don't have to, really. I mean, because once it hits the rainy season, my God, we're getting inundated like every 2 days.
It has been 2 days since we've had any, and with this intense heat, you get home and your plants are looking half dead.
It's very crunchy. Because, it's on Saturday we had severely strong storms, and I drove through Oviedo, and I drove through these almost flooding and Interwinter Springs, and I think we're in this vortex. Not a drop.
That's the Mount Dora vortex that I'm in.
That is the Mount Dora vortex.
Isn't it strange?
It is the strangest thing. I mean,
Deb and I 100 times have sat here with this weather radar up and watched a storm that looked like God himself sent the devil's butthole to come, and then it gets right up to Mount Dora and go, no, thank you, and just splits in half, goes around, and it moves on.
Going somewhere else.
We get rain in Winter Springs, but I cannot tell you how many times I've been watching it, tracking it, expecting it, wanting it, and then it just
dries up.
disappears.
Luckily, our yard is small enough that we can just walk outside and each take one side and just spit.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text our show at 77031. Take a little break. Come back with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll do It's Only Money right after this.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at accident activity on I-4 eastbound this afternoon, partially blocking the exit ramp to State Road 46. Another crash blocking the westbound left lane on I-4 just before US 192 in Volusia County. Delays continue for those traveling by the major attractions exits this afternoon. If you see any traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Maitland Emergency. HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it gets hot. I mean, it's hot out there right now. You heard that earlier. It was 107 degrees in that heat index. And what you have to know in Central Florida is that your AC is going to be able to take that heat and keep on rolling, pumping out nice, cool air so you can stay nice and comfy in your house. If it's not doing that, it still feels a little damp in there. Get my friends over at Mills Air to your house and let them go through your AC system and give that preventive maintenance plan. Simply amazing, guys. Like a tune-up for your AC, like your car. And it's absolutely vital you do this. Now, they have 30 years of experience in Central Florida. You are fine with them. They have all the answers. And their techs can service all the brands out there. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. But check this out. If you do need a new unit, these guys are Carrier factory authorized dealers. And what that means is up to $1,275 in rebates towards your brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the guys over at Mills Air. They have saved us so many times. They can do the same for you. Family owned and operated and ready to help you right now. It's 407-277-1159. And online it's easy. It's millsair.com.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is posted. We want you to vote. We'll talk about the results at the end of the day. It's brought to you by wearenotthebanks.com. Direct mortgage lenders, whether now is the time you're looking for a new home, you need a mortgage, you go to wearenotthebanks.com. Get started with the process right there. Brad Siebert will take you through every step of the process like he did for me with my refi several years ago. Put me in a great place today because of my decision years ago to go to wearenotthebanks.com. So whether it's a new mortgage or a refi, Brad can work with you. You got good credit, awesome. You got bad credit, bumps in your credit, he can still work with you. Maybe you put more money down. Go to the expert at wearenotthebanks.com for all loans, VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans. They've seen it all. They've done it all. For all your mortgage needs, wearenotthebanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app. Search Two Guys, Five Rings and start listening.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718.
That's 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The U.S. men are on fire right now. Caleb Dressel is going to have 8 Olympic medals, and all of them are going to be gold. The Americans get it done again.
Man. Oh, he can't miss. Kevin Durant is lethal.
Hear all the exciting moments on the free iHeartRadio app. Bring the summer games with you. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio 104.1.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So I got one for water bill nightmares. About 19 years ago, first ever house. About 6 months into it, I'm 21 years old. I get the water bill and it's $750. And just like Jimmy, all because of a water flap. Yeah, I had to go on a payment plan with OUC. Wow. Fun stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. Somebody just sent a text saying that if you go to the water company that issued that bill and tell them what happened, you went on vacation, there was a leak or whatever, and you can show them you fixed it, they'll give you that one-time fee that they will waive that. So I'll be doing that on Monday.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart money move.
Yeah, let us know how that works out.
Well, a lot of
you don't
people
think
are
that'll
texting.
happen? I'll do it. I mean, look, man.
It
it's
doesn't
worth
hurt to ask.
trying because it's better to take that money instead of giving it to the water company. You should invest it in your future.
That's right.
Yeah, and I have a company you should invest it with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the best in Central Florida. Been doing it for like 37 years.
God, I cannot wait to hear about this person. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Yo.
Jack is here as well. Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth. Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay. It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for our friend, Mr. Scott Brown.
Ooh, new T-shirt design.
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Look at him popping his collar. Look at him.
Well, that's that new T-shirt,
Yeah.
Edgewater Family Wealth. It's got the VW bug on there. Hold that up.
I love that, dude.
That nice.
That's this is the new summer sun shirt that's very popular with our clients. Very fashionable, very comfortable.
Got a
very
hood.
protecting of the sun. It's got a hoodie on it. It's all good, man.
It does. It looks really good, dude. It's actually you never see a shirt like that from like a financial institution. You're like, yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, we'll take 3.
Right, exactly.
I got you covered. I
love it.
No, they're great. The sun shirts, they're light. I mean,
Yes.
some people call them rash guards, but it's much better and more effective than sunscreen.
Sure is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Scott, we're gonna need to have a little meeting here when I get back from my little trip I'm taking here in just a few minutes, a little bit. We need to figure out what I need to do with my 401k to pay this water bill.
What's happening there? Like like there's a payment plan for your water bill. This is news to me.
This one guy said he had to because it was like $700. Mine was only $3 because I had a bad flap after when I went on vacation.
A bad flap? What the heck does that mean?
It's a bad flap.
Just think whatever you want.
We could go anywhere with that, so let's not.
Yeah. All right. Of course, Scott Brown here from Edgewater Family Wealth, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. 37 years here in Central Florida. Kind of guiding people through their portfolios, guiding people through their financial and investing lives, and setting people up for a better life as they move toward their retirements. How's your week been, buddy?
Yeah. It's fantastic, man. It's always good up here on the lake,
Yeah, for sure.
There's no complaints. My handicap is now in the mid-9s, so I'm coming for you.
All right, buddy. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I just got a new driver, so I can't wait for a piece of your action.
Oh, ouch. Speaking of payment plans.
Yeah. There's that bad flap again.
I can flap on a golf course. That's for
very
sure.
nice. Well, Scott, we got the text this morning, and it is interesting because one of the things I've wondered a couple of times out loud is, you have a successful business. Your family's been successful in Orlando for a while doing this, 37 plus years. And you wrote this book. What was the book called again? What's that? Because I always get the name wrong, and I want to make sure I show due respect.
Yeah, so the book is called I've Never Made Anyone Rich.
Right.
Which always gets a lot of smirks.
Right. I told you, I think when we first met, that's a bad idea as a financial investor to name your book that. So really the question is like, you have your practice already. It's successful. Why would you even write a book like that? You have clients. I don't really, why did you do that?
Well, I wrote it for, if I'm being honest, actually another media person asked me this last week, which made me think of the topic, is that I wrote it, if I'm being totally honest, like 7 or 8 years ago. And I wrote it because I was a little pissed off, to be honest with you. I was a little burnt out. I was a little frustrated. I was frustrated with the industry. I was frustrated with people coming and thinking financial advisors do something they don't do. If you go to a financial advisor and you say, make me wealthy, or you believe in your heart of hearts that person's job is to make you wealthy, I'm going to tell you right now, you will 100% be disappointed, because a financial advisor's job is not to make people wealthy. A financial advisor's job is to help people, educate them on how to accumulate wealth. And more often than not, our clients already have wealth when they come to us, right? So we talked about this on the air a million times. Most people who come to our events are not going to be our clients, right? Because they're in the early stages of planning for their retirement. They're trying to grow their money. They're trying to save. So when I do events, most of the time, it's just to educate the general public and help them grow their assets. So maybe every once in a while, one of them will have 500 grand or $1 million, 2, 4, 5, 7, whatever the number is, and become a client. Most people who become our clients walk through the door successful. They walk through the door wealthy. What they want is someone to be their teammate, to help them manage the money they've accumulated, help them draw income from the money they've accumulated, help them maybe avoid as many taxes as they can with the wealth they've accumulated. Because the other thing I would say to this, and I'm really passionate about this, is that accumulating money is a far different skill set than maintaining money. Accumulating wealth, you throw your money at the 401k, you build the business, you're going about your day, 40 years go by, and you got $2 million. Great. That took you 40 years to do, or 35 years to do. Then you take this big pot of money and you give it to somebody who you task with doubling that money in 2 years.
While giving you dividends to earn or to live your life and enjoy your life.
Well, right. And it doesn't make any sense, right? You can't, if you accumulate $2 million over a 40-year period, you shouldn't expect somebody to double it in a very short period of time. It doesn't make any sense.
Gotcha.
Our job is to help people maintain the wealth, avoid as many taxes as makes sense, help them draw income, help them leave money to charity, help them leave money to their kids, help them fund educations, etc. And I could go through a list of 100 things that we do, but what we don't do is make people rich. You are successful with your money or otherwise because of something you did, not something a financial advisor did, not something a lawyer did, not something an accountant did. We're just here to help you out. We are teammates. We didn't do it. And the problem is a lot of clients, a lot of potential clients, and unfortunately a lot of professionals that I just described believe that is their job. And that's why I wrote the book.
So they believe that their job is to try to make people rich. And when people come up there and they go, hey, look, here's, my $1 million I've accumulated over the last 30 years, go take this and make me a Shaw.
Yeah, it's silly because I think a lot of advisors or whoever you're dealing with, an accountant, they go there because they think that's what the person wants. And to be fair, a lot of clients walk in kind of acting like that's what they want. Your choice as a professional is one of two things: to correct their belief system, which is based on a false set of beliefs, or to try to give in to what they're asking for, which you can't do. So ultimately, you're setting up a relationship for failure. You're not going to make them rich. You're not going to earn them 20% a year. They're going to get frustrated because they believed you when you told them you could do that, right? I'm talking about the advisor now, right? So again, when somebody walks in and says, hey, can I earn 16 or 18, or I heard so-and-so is getting 20%, I'm like, you are in the wrong place. Because if I knew how to do that, if I knew how to earn somebody 20% a year compounded over my 40-year career, or nearly 40-year career, I would be living on a private island right now. Right? So I like you. I like spending time with you. But if I knew how to do that, the first guy I'm going to take care of is yours truly, right? That's not a thing. That is not what we do. We are your teammate. We're here to help you. We're here to help you with taxes. We're here to help you with dividends. We're here to help you with finding that lost stock certificate. We're here to help you put your trust on your documents and all, again, a million other things that we do. That is not one of them.
How many people respond when you hit them with that information as, oh, oh, can you point me to the guy who makes me rich? I mean, do they ever do that? You have to sit down and really kind of get into the granular aspects of what you do, or do they get offended, or are they informed or surprised usually?
I think all of the above. Some people come in and I always call it the arms crossed guy, right? He's always got his arms crossed. He's skeptical. He's cynical. He wants.
I did it once. Relax.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wasn't looking at you.
Yeah, you were.
But yeah, I was. So, the reality is once you educate people, they have a decision to make. Do I want to go with the person who's telling me the truth, giving me the basics, telling me what's realistic or what's not? Or do I want to go with the sexy story? In the Matrix, right? The woman in the red dress.
Right.
Do you want to go with do you want to follow the woman in the red dress? That's a problem. But yet she is a very attractive woman in a very nice dress. So again, the reality, the Matrix, people who haven't seen the Matrix won't get that. But the reality is it's a distraction. And you don't want to be distracted when you've worked your whole life to accumulate money. Right. You want somebody who will keep you grounded and keep your head pointed in the right direction. Thus, I wrote the book because I just got tired of being asked to do something I don't do, number one. And more importantly, I got tired of people paying good money to someone who told them they could, but ultimately couldn't.
And again, the name of that book again?
Is I've Never Made Anyone Rich, which can be found on Amazon, or you can go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com and you can ask for them to send my team to send you a book, which they will happily do. P.S. There's a new version out with 3 new chapters in it. So I urge you to get the book. If nothing else, it'll help you understand some of these basics. And then if you want to do a consult, which we do regularly for listeners of this show, and you believe you're in that category where you need help with a 401k, or you need help with a rollover, you need help with an inheritance or whatever, you can also go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com and schedule a consult.
Very nice. Scott Brown with us, edgewaterfamilywealth.com. He just said it 100,000 times. 37 years here. I would think that would also be an indicator that you have an idea of what you're doing. Yeah. If I was shopping for services like that, when I was kind of tooling around, I was yelping it along. I saw 37 years in the financial business. I would pay attention there. Let's move on to what you have next here, buddy. This is kind of interesting. I'm actually dying to hear your response. What do people really mean when they say, let your money do the work for you? And I've heard that 100 million times. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of one of those guys probably that have said it a couple times because I've seen it happen for a number of people that I know.
Yeah, I think people, especially when you're new to wealth accumulation, I think that can sound like some pie in the sky ridiculous thing some old man says. And in this case, that's correct because I'm the old man saying it. But the reality is you can have your money work for you. So I took a minute and you'll have to hang in here with me, but I kind of did some math and I realized that a 25-year-old saving $500 a month at 8%, it will take them 10 years to accumulate $100,000. So now the 25-year-old is 35 and they have $100,000. Then that same person from 35 to 45, if they do the exact same thing, they save $500 a month and they earn 8%, they will have $212,000 accumulated at the end of that period. So literally they put in the same money, the $60,000 over a 10-year period, but then the $100,000 they accumulated, which we'll call their partner in crime here, we'll call it the pot of money, accumulated another $112 for them. You do that over 40 years, you end up with $1.7 million. Now think about what I'm saying here. You're saving $60,000 a year. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Because you're putting 5.
That's right.
And over that period of time, you put in whatever that is over that 40 years, $240,000, right?
Yep.
So your account's worth 1.7. So you put in 240, your money added another $1.5 million to that. But where people get way later, they get kind of sideways is They don't get to that first level. They don't get from 0 to 100, which seems insurmountable. But what I will tell you is my experience with people is they start a 401k and they put in their $1,000 the first year and they're like, the market went up 10%. Who cares? I made $100. At some point they get to 10 grand or they get to 15 grand or they get to 20 grand and they're not paying attention. One day they earn 10% and they realize they made $2,000, right? One day they wake up and they got 50 or 100 or 200 or 400 grand. Let's say you're in your 50, 400 grand and you made 10%, you made $40,000. So you're still adding your 1,000, 2, 3, 5, whatever it is. Your money made you 40 that year. Now we all know markets don't grow in a straight line and 10% isn't a given, but even some number less than that. The point is, and the big finale is, if you have $1.7 million after having saved $500 a month your entire life, that will produce $85,000 a year in income at 5%, which is half the rate or a little more than half the rate that we just discussed. So your money can do the heavy lifting for you. You just have to build it to the point where that's allowed.
Absolutely. And it's really cool seeing that happen, and it's cool hearing about it happening for other people. And then finally, you know, when they get to that point in their life where they want to make that decision on what they want to do with their time as they kind of get a little bit older, to have that peace of mind that they can make some choices now. They're not forced into a scenario they don't want. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think people get confused too, because when you're young, it's kind of hard to see that far down the road. But people say, well, I don't even know where to start. I don't know how much money I need. Listen, it's just like you had a bucket, and for every $100,000 you have in that bucket, if we use 4% or 5, let's say 5% again, which is not a given, but let's say 5%, you know that's going to produce $5,000 a year for you forever. Right? When you retire, like theoretically forever, that would produce that if you were able to get 5%. So all you need to know is for every $5,000 worth of income I need in my example, 100 grand in a bucket. In the example I just gave you of this 25-year-old saving $500 a month, he didn't do the heavy lifting. The money eventually did all the heavy lifting.
It's just you got to have the discipline to do it up front. That's the number one thing. You just got to have the discipline to do it.
You got to get to phase 2.
Yep.
I think if you get to phase 2 where you see some accumulation and you see your money producing other money for you, that's when everything changes. That's the tipping point, as Malcolm Gladwell would say. That is the tipping point where most people make the move from not affluent to getting affluent.
Absolutely, yeah. Scott Brown here, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Scott, always good seeing you, buddy. And again, you can pick up that book at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com while you're there getting that book. By the way, free of charge on the book? I can't remember.
Free of charge.
Yeah. Horribly bad at business, this guy. Do not understand how he's successful.
Is really bad at business.
Really bad at business.
Nice suck at marketing. I'm terrible.
This guy's giving everything away. Grab the book. It's free. They'll send it to you. While you're there, go ahead and book an appointment for a consultation. Really, that's where your doors will open. Once you hear it from them, that this path that you've kind of already made hard by assuming can be opened up and show you like, wow, okay, it's doable. Because I think one of the biggest enemies for success is you start assuming what has to be done to get there without taking that first step. That's the number one killer I've seen with people in my circle that haven't really done or made a move to kind of make their life any better. They just kind of automatically assume it's going to be so hard they would never want to take that first step. That first step's the most important thing.
Yeah, people overcomplicate things because if it's complicated, then they don't have to do it. It's not complicated. You just have to take the first step.
Absolutely. Good and loud for Scott Brown, guys.
Yay! Woo!
Buddy, have a good week. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Yeah,
see you next week.
Whittle that handicap and come see me.
I'm coming for you.
All right, buddy. Very good. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Trivia is next. Monster Jam tickets on the line. We'll be right back.
We have a prize. You have a frog. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
The U.S. women's gymnastics team is back on top of the world. They won the Olympic gold medal for the first time since 2016 today. Hannah Roberts reached the women's BMX freestyle final.
Kept up on the final 5 seconds. She's doing a good job of getting some tricks in right before the buzzer there with a bar spin.
The U.S. won its first medal in rugby in 100 years today when the women's squad won the bronze.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Joel Embiid struggled mightily in Team USA's opening win against Serbia, and it was obvious he doesn't fit on this roster. Embiid wants to stand out on the three-point line and do his own thing. We see yet again how big the gap is between Jokic and Embiid. Embiid gets in the way of the Sixers offense and now is doing the same with Team USA. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it's time to replace your single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option out there, guys. Keep that heat outside during the summer, and, of course, you want to keep it inside during the winter. And if it's noisy in your neighborhood, my God almighty, I used to live in a neighborhood that was so noisy. I will tell you this. If that noise is getting inside and it should be outside, FAS Windows and Doors, when you install these windows, your house is going to be so quiet. That was the most surprising thing, not to mention how much better it feels inside. Replace your old windows and use laminated insulated glass. As much as 100% improvement. Keep that outside noise where it belongs. And these guys are offering rebates, incredible rebates, $100 per window, $200 per door. And even better, 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing is available as well. For a completely free in-home consultation, it's easy. Just call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
You know, Jim Colbert Show, working in construction for so many years, there's a lot of drug use up in there. Like, a lot of drug sales, too. People selling weed, and then the other guys know that you get a new bag of weed, so they run up to you, and they're like, load me or scold me. Or there's a hole in my bowl. You got a nugget, you can plug it.
Oh, my God.
But it's the only thing to get you through that heat, though, I tell you what. It's that Uncle Sonny.
I am going to be using out a nugget so I can plug it. Well, I mean, I'll tell a friend.
I've never heard either one of those.
I haven't either.
But I'm getting that bumper sticker. That's for damn sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Okay, got a couple prizes up for grabs today, and today only. You get a choice of prizes. Either it's 4 tickets to Monster Jam at Kia Center.
All right.
That's happening this Saturday. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com.
Or
your choice, other choice is a pair of tickets to the Taste of Central Florida. The 33rd annual culinary celebration is happening a week from Saturday, August 10th at Signia by Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek. Okay, enjoy
fancy
sampling culinary delights prepared by area chefs. There'll be a silent auction, music, and more, benefiting the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and the Coalition for the Homeless. How about that?
That's very good. And by the way,
awesome.
Those events are great, by the way.
Yeah.
If I remember right, they also work in conjunction sometimes with the people who graduate from the culinary program at Mustard Seed. Is it not Mustard Seed, Second Harvest?
Yes.
They have their entire program there.
Yes.
So a lot of times those students will work hand in hand with the chefs to create those meals and stuff for those big shows. It's awesome.
That's your choice today, and that's in the Jackie Sack, and that's brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Everybody knows moving sucks, so call them. They can handle it. Doesn't matter if your move is going to be local or long distance, residential, or even commercial, but it does matter that you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that Big Daddy's going to get you a discount.
Call me Big Daddy.
Book them today at centomoving.com. You should not have said that.
Yeah.
That's CENTO moving.com. Big Daddy, back to you.
I said, don't call me Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, back to you.
Clearly.
Big Daddy.
Jack, who's first?
Oh, that's definitely going to be Matthew.
Matthew right there at the bottom on line 4. Matthew, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Of course, Big Daddy.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I love our listeners, man. I do. I love all of you.
This guy picked up quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, sorry. We hung up on Matthew. Weird. No, I'm just joking. We didn't. All right, Matthew, this is a real easy game, but I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie, Matt. I am trying to fool you, especially after you came at me like that.
Not you, Big Daddy.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah. So find the lie, Matt, and I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack, and you can pick your prize, whether it be that culinary adventure with Second Harvest Food Bank and, of course, the Monster Jam tickets, but we know where you're going. Yeah, we know. All right, here we go. On this day in 1968, actor, television host, former NFL player. He often plays the muscle in his movies or shows. Who?
Terry Cruz.
Terry Cruz is the answer, buddy.
Wow, good job,
That's
dude.
right. He's part of the Me Too movement.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. And, of course, he knows everybody hates Chris. He's smelling nice with Old Spice. Terry Cruz, born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Terry and one wolf thorn of a lie.
Oh, there you go.
All right, here we go, buddy. Talking about Terry Cruz, which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Terry Cruz's first job was a courtroom sketch artist. Number 2, Terry Cruz is an accomplished flautist. Number 3, Terry Cruz went to rehab for an addiction to pornography. Or lastly, Terry Cruz is a devout Mormon. Which of those is a lie?
The last one.
That is the one, buddy. You're a winner.
Oh, yay!
My man knows his Terry Cruz. Is that just a guess, or did you really know?
I knew he was a flautist, and I knew he played for the Eagles. That was just a heck of a guess.
Yeah, buddy. He's a devout Christian. He's not a devout Mormon, but he is very faithful. And you are a winner, Big Dog. I'm going to put you on hold. Good job, Matt.
Heck yeah.
All right, buddy. I like that. I like that. Heck yeah, very good.
He's cashing in on that America's Got Talent.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He is. His first job was a courtroom sketch artist. He's been a doodler his entire life.
That is crazy.
And used that skill to get his first job. It's kind of funny when you consider that guy sitting there sketching out, and he looks like Thor.
I know.
He is an accomplished flautist. Matter of fact, if you'll remember, on that America's Got Talent, they had a guy that came out and he did this flute striptease thing.
Right.
And then Terry Cruz came out right behind him and did the flute striptease thing. And Terry Cruz looked fake. He looked like somebody carved him out of black marble. The dude is so shredded. It is unbelievable what good shape he's in.
He does seem like a nice guy, too.
He's supposed to be one of the most wonderful cats ever. He did go to rehab for an addiction to pornography, but he is not a devout Mormon. He is, however, a devout Christian. Here are some other things about Terry Cruz you may not know before we get to the top of the hour. He's very good friends with a Hollywood baller that doesn't seem like a Hollywood baller. But this guy is one of the most powerful dudes in Hollywood.
Simon Cowell.
No. He's
Ryan Reynolds.
Adam Sandler is a good friend of his. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it weird how you get, like, you wouldn't think that Terry, I don't know why, but you wouldn't think that they would ever cross paths. But Terry Cruz and Adam Sandler are very good friends. He married his college sweetheart.
Oh, that's cool.
He met her as a sophomore. They have 5 children together. He played for 3 NFL teams: the Rams, the Chargers, and, well, it's the Redskins, but it's the Washington what now?
I thought he said it was the Eagles.
Yeah, he didn't play for the Eagles.
No.
Yeah, Washington Football Club?
Yeah, it's the Washington Football Club. And then lastly here, he has his own line furniture collaboration with Bernhard Design. So he's got his own furniture line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he also has a fashion line as well. He's a pretty interesting guy.
Sounds
I
like it.
started reading about him today. It's a really fascinating cat. And they asked me, do you get mad or do you get upset that you get typecast in these the muscle roles? He goes, no, man, it's work.
Right, exactly.
I'm here to get work. I don't care. I mean, I look like this. What am I supposed to do?
Right, exactly. Lean into it.
Yeah, exactly. Be a flimsy noodle for the camera? No, I won't do that.
I will.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I read this story. It's not a bummer per se, but it isn't like a shiny topic. But I will tell you something about breast cancer that you probably didn't know, because I think we'd been misled, not maliciously, I don't believe. But there's something that has been happening with breast cancer for a while that maybe really didn't need to happen. I'll tell you what that is next.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is still heavy on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Looking at slow traffic now southbound on the Turnpike between OBT and Osceola Parkway. Heavy delays also reported on the Turnpike by the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only, offer ends 8/24, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about the guys over at Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. And look, man, if you have a family member you believe that could benefit from this, you got to get them over there. Early detection saves lives without question, man. That's what I did for my in-laws. My wife and I, we got our scans. We got the information. We showed them what it was all about and how easy it was. And by the way, my father-in-law is a claustrophobic. He doesn't do that stuff well. He had no problem with this whatsoever. No dyes or injections. You don't take off your clothes. This entire process only takes a few minutes, but the information you get could save your life. No question at all. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And this is important as well. While you're there, ask about the cancer screening as well. 40% of adults deal with cancer in some way, shape, or form in their life. Don't let it sneak up on you. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that appointment. Make that call. Finally take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto text message from iHeartMedia.
Taste Central Florida, presenting its 33rd annual culinary celebration Saturday, August 10th at Signia by Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek. Join us for an evening sampling culinary delights prepared by area chefs. There'll be a silent auction, music, and more benefiting Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, too. Tickets are available at tastecfl.org. That's tastecfl.org. Sponsored by Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida, a not-for-profit organization.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Being careful these days with your budget doesn't mean you have to settle for inferior quality jewelry at a mall store.
If you're used to shopping in malls and never been into an IDC before, I want to personally invite you in.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
We've got something for everybody. It doesn't matter your budget. It doesn't matter if you need financing. We'll make it happen.
As a manufacturing jeweler, IDC is able to cut out the middleman.
Our diamond bracelets, we buy the bracelet, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. Our diamond bands, we buy the mounting, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. So you're cutting out all that 40% that's in the middle for these manufacturers.
And that's for superior quality jewelry with free service for life.
When you come into IDC, you're going to get better quality for less, period.
International Diamond Center.
The one thing I'll guarantee you is you will make a big financial mistake if you don't shop IDC.
4 Orlando locations, or visit us online at shopidc.com.
Santo Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Santo Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM. Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Miss Deb, it is pouring down rain in Mount Dora.
Happy Tuesday, man. This is your boy up in Palmetto Paul, man, up in Ormond Beach, man. Ormond Beach, for some reason, same thing. It comes right all through Palm Coast. Daytona, I'm just stuck in the middle, I guess, because it's a little higher than level. But nope, no rain. And it's 3 days in a row now. It's like, booyah. Either way, man, you guys have a blessed day. Talk to you soon. See you.
I did not do the first one.
Yeah, so Adam Sandler and Terry Cruz were both in the new version, the reboot of Necessary Roughness together. Probably how they got hooked up.
I think it was Longest Yard, wasn't it?
A lot of people texting that.
Yeah, so I didn't even know because I really don't follow Adam Sandler's career. I'm not a big Sandler guy. I don't like the movies.
I'm not.
So I wouldn't know if Terry Cruz was in a movie of his or not. I know Terry Cruz is the Old Spice guy. And you said America's Got Talent thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know him from that a little bit, but really I'm not super familiar with his career.
The Adam Sandler, I've seen a couple of his movies. I saw the one with Jennifer Aniston on Netflix and Billy Madison. I think that's it.
I've seen, what was the one? Well, I got to tell you, his best movie is not a comedy.
Gems?
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Man, if you haven't seen Uncut Gems, don't even think of Adam Sandler as an Adam Sandler guy. I just think that this guy's in a really good movie and he's Adam Sandler and that's it.
I started it.
It's so good.
Got 15 minutes in and I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for this.
Yeah.
It was heavy and I'm like, I'm going to watch something else.
It is a little heavy, but I'm telling you, it is a really, really good movie.
I know he remade The Longest Yard, but that is one of my favorite movies growing up.
The OG one with Burt Reynolds?
With Burt Reynolds. And so
I think it broke his freaking neck.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Crew!
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't, and so I didn't watch the new one.
Oh, yeah, because you don't want to ruin it?
Nah,
Look, I'm the same way, though. Like, if there are certain movies when they remake them, I'm like, they didn't need to do it. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Like, when they, I don't know, all that Ghostbuster thing. Like when they did like 50 iterations of the Ghostbusters, I'm like, why would I watch that? Can anybody beat the top one, the first one?
My wife and I mean, it was I was hovering over it, and it's like the new one with Paul Rudd and the kids from Stranger Things, and I'm like, nah, we just moved on. And we ended up watching the Gene Wilder documentary.
Was it good?
It's pretty good.
What an interesting guy, right?
Yes. Yeah, because you learn about Gene Wilder, it had a lot of his audio in it, and he died 10 years ago.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know exactly when it was made. I didn't look that up, but Mel Brooks is in it a lot. Yeah. But it's an interesting career, and he's had some really big hits, and he was an interesting dude.
He was very interesting. He has one of those film portfolios that is one of those you're like, even if you only did like 4 or 5 pictures, you're like, when you throw in Willy Wonka and you throw in Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein and all that other stuff, and the Richard Pryor stuff.
Movies that
Silver Streak. Was it? What was?
And off camera, they weren't. They weren't hanging out. They weren't friends. Richard, that he was going through his drug days. In the Silver Streak, and
Gene was terrified of him. From what I understand, he was terrified of his lifestyle and didn't want to be around it at all. Didn't want to be inundated with it in the least.
Goes through the Gilda Radner, relationship, and then her passing away.
Yeah. Great story. I mean, what an incredible character actor too.
Yeah,
really unique. I mean, there will never be another Wonka. In my opinion, no one will be as mysterious enough to produce that kind of vibe for that movie.
So back to the other topic.
The Chalamet thing?
When we saw that,
Chalamet one.
That was good. It's a prequel, but my favorite is because also it hit at a time where that came out and we were 8, 9, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Those were the 2 movies. I will tell you, there were 2 movies as a kid I was allowed to stay up past my bedtime to watch.
Yeah.
One of them was Wizard of Oz, and the other one was Willy Wonka. They would play it once a year, usually during Thanksgiving or so for Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And then
Christmas break for Willy Wonka.
And then Christmas break for Willy Wonka. And I was allowed to stay up past my bedtime of 9 o'clock when those movies came on. It was the only 2 my parents would let me watch like that.
They wouldn't let you watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
They wouldn't. Let me tell you, I was a James Bond freak, and my old man wouldn't even let me stay past and watch James Bond. I
understand why.
I got my ass kicked so many times for pitching a fit for having to go to sleep. I'm like, it's live or let die. Come on. Smack, smack, smack. Go to bed.
Childhood.
407-916-1041. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. All right. So, not to bum everybody out, but I did find this story kind of interesting. And, I just, it's weird how these trends, not a trend per se, but a trend when it comes to medical procedures. We were seeing this with Ozempic and this, a lot of people kind of jump in there. We don't know long-term effects of it. It takes that medication out of people's hands who really need it, your diabetics and whatnot. But people still go in there and get it. They kind of damn the torpedoes when it comes to the side effects of what it could happen. And we see this a lot, especially cosmetically. We see people rolling the dice with not questionable procedures, but procedures that are for vanity, and they kind of go overboard and wind up kind of making themselves like clown showish. This one really isn't that way at all. So this is a study done out of Canada about breast cancer survivors. And it said women who are diagnosed with breast cancer in one breast, even in early stages, will sometimes opt for the double mastectomy, right? Due to the fear that the cancer will migrate to other breasts. And we've heard this. And where do we first hear this? Like, if you remember, celebrities started kind of doing
Angelina Jolie, when she found she had the BRCA gene.
That's exactly what it was. I believe she is the one who opted to have both of her breasts removed, even though she only had breast cancer in one of the breasts. She opted to have both. And that kind of started a trend or a theory that was what you should do. If you get one, to reduce the chances of it migrating to the other breast, you would get both breasts taken off. And I think some women would just say, well, I don't want to go around with just one breast. And they would do it maybe for just balance issues, again, vanity issues. Well, this study studied 600,000 patients over 20 years to find out just how that theory held up in real time, in real medication, in real studies with people who are dealing with this. And it turns out that you don't need to do that at all. So women that wind up getting breast cancer in one breast, and they automatically think, I'm going to be proactive here, and I'm going to get the double mastectomy, not one bit of the study shows that extends your life at all, not even a little bit. It says, of course, it's going to reduce the chances of getting cancer in that other breast simply because it's not there.
But it can still go to another body part.
It can still go to another body part. It doesn't really have to metastasize itself over to that other breast. It can just do it. So women have been doing this to themselves, thinking that they are being proactive when it comes to their health,
extending their life.
And God bless them, because who knew this just came out, but it shows now that really women do not need to do that when they're going through breast cancer if they only find it one breast, that you can have that one breast removed and get an implant, or if you are worried about the balance or worried about it affecting your personal life, that you don't have to really do that anymore.
No, and I know some women will get an implant. Some women will just tattoo over that breast area, something beautiful to remind them of the battle that they've just won.
Yeah, we know women who are going through this, like close to our group, and that's a battle that they have been fighting for a while. If they do get breast cancer in one breast, they fight with the idea, especially if you have large breasts and there's that obvious imbalance there,
right,
where if you have, A cups or B cups, you can probably mask that with a bra that will kind of give you that same feel. But with larger breasts, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, that's when you would opt for, the skin stretching.
Yeah.
Where they can prepare to do an implant.
Yeah, and I just found this to be a very, very interesting study. Simply, it says the outcomes were followed for 3 groups, about 36,000 women each, separated by treatment type. One group got the least radical type of breast cancer surgery, and then they kind of went on and found out that after this study, they showed zero affectability by taking both breasts rather than just one. Do you think people that did that will look back they won't look back on that with any regret, right? I mean, they will still think they made the right decision.
Because I think it leaves it open. You could say if the breast was there, cancer could have developed.
Yeah. There's no question. I mean,
right?
But what they're saying is it could have developed even if the other, it could have just developed.
So I think as long as there is a part of that is unanswerable, they can always say they erred on the side of caution and have no regrets.
Exactly. Yeah. This is a really interesting study. If you guys are interested in it, it's upi.com/health news. You can find it, read the entire thing. It's a pretty involved story. But again,
our favorite long-form journalism, as Scott Maxwell lets us know.
Exactly. I read probably about 3/4 of it down through the study stats. And it was kind of amazed because, I mean, it seems to be, very prevalent. And breast cancer is one of those cancers you hear about, right? I mean, you hear about it. Like there's a not a movement per se, but I think it's one of the cancers that you hear about more than others.
It has a better PR team.
Yeah,
which is true.
It's kind of weird to say that, but yes, that's true. It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't hear about pancreatic cancer or things like that. You hear about lung cancer because it's a life habit scenario, and you hear about breast cancer because we do a lot for breast cancer survivors. There's entire movement, the pink movement. And that entire thing, there's nothing like that for other cancers.
I think you hear more about colon cancer because they say if you live long enough, every guy will get it eventually.
Yeah. Well, they say that about prostate a little bit.
That's what I mean.
Prostate cancer. If you live long enough,
it's all the same area. I get it all mixed
point,
up.
you may have to deal with that.
Well, it's just like the prostate screenings, how those guidelines have changed over the years. You know? And I think in that sense, there isn't the regret because you're part of that frontier, that line to help find the best new treatments.
Yeah, and as people move forward and kind of worry about the after effects of this, especially if you're a woman and you have D-sized breast or whatever, and you have to get one of those removed. Do most women get implants? I see the trend more where women are just getting a double mastectomy and then moving forward.
Well, I think it depends on what your insurance will cover.
Oh, really? Wow. I never even thought about that aspect of it. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Yeah, it does not extend your lifespan at all. Very, very little. Does it say that when you do that, and people believe that it kind of protects them for that.
Right.
And when I read that, I was like, oh man, that'd be, if you thought you did that and you thought that you were extending your life chances and you find out later down the road that it doesn't, I don't know if you look back with regret.
Are you like on a personal crusade to save the single boobs?
I'm not on a crusade. I just saw the story and thought it was interesting, because I have 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And, my wife and all of our friends that are getting a little bit older and are, going through how often do you get a mammogram? Are you supposed to do it yearly like we are?
I think it's annually.
Yeah.
Yeah, mammogram yearly?
Yep.
Yeah, but when was your last one? HIPAA? What?
You're
HIPAA
right,
says
Jack.
what?
It is HIPAA says what.
All right,
Thank God for HIPAA.
916-1041.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
25 years ago, I was at a doctor and I was giving him my family history, and I mentioned I had 2 sisters who were breast cancer survivors. And he goes, "Do you have daughters?" I said, "Yes, I have 2 daughters, natural daughters." And he's like, in their future, that's something they need to look out
Absolutely,
for.
right.
Absolutely.
And it's because of what you just said, right? That BRCA gene?
Yes.
That passes down, so you have to be aware of that.
Yep, exactly.
Like my family's got kidney issues, and when I did my scan at Life Imaging FLA, we found out that I had some small cysts on my kidney, so you have to pay attention to that. And the diverticulitis thing as well. That stuff, almost said the curse word there. That's for real. I mean, that stuff is no joke. You eat poorly when you have that or have even an inkling of that, your body will let you know. Hey!
Would you like some popcorn?
Yeah, no, thank you. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traffic is still heavy on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exit. Looking at slow traffic now southbound on the Turnpike between OBT and Osceola Parkway. Heavy delays also reported on the Turnpike by the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's Closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
For the days that remain in July, you can celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen delivers custom-designed, energy-saving windows and doors so you can improve your home's curb appeal and also increase your comfort. That's because Renewal by Andersen uses their unique Fibrex material, which combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Renewal by Andersen also has the most 5-star reviews, and their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find anywhere. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. So celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Would you like your receipt?
In the bag! Sorry, in the bag, please.
Learn more about the everyday, everywhere Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
This summer, get a brand new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. How about up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill? Get that beautiful wood-fired flavor when you cook for the family. Maybe you want a propane grill. How about up to $150 off a brand new grill from Napoleon? That's a professional series, and that entire top heats perfectly. So incredible to cook on. Tools Ace also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And my Uni pizza oven makes one of the best steaks of all time. So much fun to cook with. And remember, when you buy a grill from Tools Ace Hardware, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or you can shop online. Do that at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase, $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. After 20 years of practicing law and being responsible for thousands of people who've lost their jobs, their financial freedom, and even their lives, I believe when trying to decide on an attorney, you should ask yourself 3 things. How long have they been in business? Do they have good reviews? And do they actually care? Hopefully you never need us, but if you do, call us at 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Or visit us at whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted. What? It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The Paris Olympics underway.
With NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. 24 hours a day, you can listen to live coverage of swimming, basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, and all your favorite sports. Plus, Team USA exclusive coverage from Paris. Bring the summer games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, or wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Real, no radio.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Please.
What I do, Colbert crew? You know who? Your favorite tea bag from Rockledge. I've worked construction most of my life. And while, yes, we do smoke a lot of weed, it's called a safety meeting. There are a lot of other people that smoke crap tons of meth. They work fast. Anyways, have a good day, Colbert crew.
Is that your grinder in the background there?
Time for a safety meeting. The irony of that.
I know.
The irony of getting so high you can't see and that being a safety meeting.
And they get the other guys on meth. They work fast.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's good.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
I love learning these little phrases. Got a nugget so I can plug it.
There's like an entire culture out there.
I know.
Like it just lapped me by 25 years, like completely lapped.
By the way, someone did text something that's really, really important. You know, breast cancer is not just a feminine issue.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
There are men that suffer from it. And if there is breast cancer in your family, men should also have a test for the BRCA gene as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not only can you get it, but then, of course, it becomes a hereditary issue.
Yeah.
And check out the text that we just got from 50/50 Sean.
Yeah. Did the life scan?
Yeah.
I did my orientation on about.
Read it out loud.
Okay, I mean,
I will.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I haven't read it yet.
I have. So he did the life scan, did his orientation, who also did yours, Jim. She talked about how you vetted her so much, went over questions that he didn't even know to ask, but he signed up for the cancer screening, and he has an appointment in 2 weeks with his primary care physician who took a colon to look at a colon issue and oversized spleen. He says, I know we joke around a lot, but really want to tell you guys, thank you for turning me on to that. Was stupid to put it off or scared about colon screening due to smoking, already making lifestyle changes. Just want to let you guys know, thank you for turning me on to that. Have a great show.
Yeah, that's awesome news. I love hearing that, Sean, and I'm glad that you got over there and got taken care of. Look, and again, I love that he said what he said. It's important to know when we turn you guys on to clients that that advertise on the show, we just don't say yes. I mean, I have the ability after 31 years of doing this to deny people that I do not think are going to give solid services or products to our clients or to our customer or our listeners. And I put these guys through the absolute grill. I mean, you have to do that. You have to make sure that they're not going to take money from people that listen to you and trust you and not give you a product that you can use. I'm telling you, I've heard that story right there. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times. I can't talk about every one of them on the air, but so many people tell me this thing is a game changer. And when we had Dr. Sean Mahan in here a couple of weeks ago, and he said he laughed at how good it was and how many lives he's saved using technology exactly like that. He endorsed it full bore. He says, like, yeah, that's the best thing ever. You can look right inside. And when you see the scan and you get your CD and you look at it, it's fascinating. The story I told when I took it to my doctor and I asked my doctor, does this freak you out when I bring medical scans from a company that, that isn't connected with like a hospital or Advent or anything like that? They said, I don't know. Let me see it. And look, and as she was looking at it, I had to remind her that I was in there for an appointment. Like she couldn't pull away from it. She says and even better, what she said is she said that not only is the disc rate, what the doctor who scans and they do a quick little preliminary synopsis of what they saw.
Right.
And it's just basically a guide point so that when you take it to your primary care doctor, they can look at it and get an idea of what they saw. It was dead nuts. It was dead nuts.
You
exactly.
Have dead nuts?
Your nuts are dead.
Yeah,
How
my
do
nuts
they tell?
My nuts have been dead for a while.
Well, do they have a treatment for dead nuts?
You should put that in your commercial for Life Imaging.
Dead nuts!
You should ice them.
Yeah.
I don't need to. They're dead.
Oh,
I killed them. I'm the one who did it. I did it with a 95-year-old Navy doctor. Let me tell you.
You don't want to start that story.
He made sure they were dead. Yeah. He did. Poured gas on them, the whole 9 yards. All done.
Blowtorch.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us again. That's 77031. Did we ever get an answer, by the way, for if a cop could pull you over outside of his jurisdiction?
It was still very confusing from all the text messages. Some said yes, they could. Some said no, they can't.
How many
It's
cops
only
listen?
troopers. We have a lot of LEOs.
We have a lot of cops.
And I drive a black car, by the way.
Yeah. By the way,
T-top.
It's not like the cops are going to go, no, we can't do anything. Just do what you want. So obviously the cops are going to call in. But I didn't know if we ever got a definitive answer on whether or not that's good.
That must be a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to know that they can't do anything, so they say nothing.
Exactly, Jack.
So, Jim, speed all you want.
No, I'm not going to speed all I want.
Yeah, you are.
I'll tell you what you should do. You should speed over to realradio.fm/poker and get yourself a ticket for the poker tournament coming up in just a couple of weeks. Look, man, the time's going to run out. We already sold the tournament out. We did that in like 36 hours. We told you that would happen. It did. But now what we have is we have these casino passes. And let me tell you, man, one of the reasons we talk about this event a lot is because it's such a major event for us to raise money for the Mustard Seed.
A really great organization.
And we've been doing this for 25 years on this radio station, supporting this this charity. And we've been doing it with the poker tournament and a number of other things. And if you really want to come out and have a good time, I will tell you, everybody that comes to this event loves it. And that's why we get so many repeat people who come through.
That's right.
Because they buy. I'm telling you, if we sold the ticket that night, they would probably sell it out that night before people left. I'm not kidding. It's that popular.
I know, but Jack is like, don't say that.
And then when you get in there and you see how it's set up, it's there at the Science Center. They're in the dinosaur room. And then you see the food that is brought to us by Hard Rock Cafe, Hard Rock Live.
Delicious.
It's unbelievable.
No, you had it right the first time.
Yeah,
Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah. And you bring all
You're
that
gonna kill LT.
You bring all that together. I would never kill her. You bring all that together, and a bunch of people that you know from television, and radio in Central Florida, all are there. And by the way, everybody's cool. I don't want anybody that comes into that room that night and thinks to themselves they can't approach somebody. Please don't do that. Everybody in these rooms, these celebrities are brought in, or these people here in Central Florida who are celebrities in Central Florida are brought in for a reason. They're very affable, fun, interesting people. We do it for a reason.
Still waiting for a few last confirmations on our celebrity list, but I was in touch with some of our donators, our benefactors.
The donors?
The donors, like...
Yeah, give yourself a buzzer for that, Jack. Donators.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. What are you doing?
I said donators. Did I say donators?
You said donators.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
when I hear it back, I was already thinking about where I was going to go next. Because of the stuff they're donating, and that would be Pyrospot and Code Black IT. Communicated with both those gentlemen today from those businesses. And Code Black IT, he's giving us a brand new Lenovo 16-inch touchscreen laptop, $500 Southwest gift card, poker chip set, and Copag poker cards, plastic playing cards. Pyrospot, besides gift certificates for everyone at the final table, a bottle of old Rip Van Winkle 10-year bourbon.
Yeah, that's Pappy, right?
Pappy. He said it's valued at $800-something.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, how much?
Over $800.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what that idiot almost did. So Code Black was over at my house this weekend. He was over there Sunday. We went out. He looked at me. I mean, he's telling me about all this stuff. It's impossible to explain how excited he is about giving this stuff away.
Yeah.
It's impossible to explain how good of a dude he is. It really is. He's such a cool cat.
Yes.
He looks at me and he goes, "You know what I was going to do, right?" He goes, "It was going to be a Taylor Swift package where he was going to do Taylor Swift tickets, the whole 9 yards." He goes, "You can't find them."
No, you cannot.
He goes, "If I could buy him from from Ticketmaster, if I'd have bought him there, I could have done it. But the problem is the secondary market for Taylor Swift tickets are bananas.
Yeah.
Like third level tickets now are $1,000 a piece." And he goes, "I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy somebody a third level ticket.
Yeah.
If we were going to do something cool, we would have done something very cool." But that's what he was. That's where he was. That's where he was thinking.
I would have thrown my body over that Taylor Swift package for my mom. But that's really, I mean, it is one of the highlights for Chris and I at the poker tournament is to check out all the silent auction items because we get so much cool stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah, some other stuff we have thanks to Tanya Morgan and Black Cow. They provide us a couple gift baskets each year, and they put some nice stuff in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, you know.
Oh, yeah. 2 thirds in the bag.
That's the mature manure, mister. You watch your language
Those
over
are
there.
valued at a couple $100 a piece. Mad Ombre hot sauce, that hot sauce package. Rexel gave us that DeWalt cordless reciprocating saw. Got Caricature, Jeff Jones' company. The Grinch bust. That thing is going to be sick.
Yeah.
Of course, it's in Cuties. A season pass for all of their shows for the next year.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanks to James for that. And we have more things coming in. If you have something, a business with the goods or services, reach out to me, Jack at realradio.fm. Link is also on the website as well. And there's other things I'm collecting, like guitars from JRR.
Oh, that's awesome. Really, yeah.
We always put a magnet set of the News Junkie.
Oh, that's right.
We get a bunch of their magnets, put them in a frame, and
very cool.
Auction that off. That always does well.
We're going to pair up with the guys over at Corona Cigar Company and provide a basket with a few boxes of cigars, a couple boxes of whiskey, and all the cool stuff that comes with that. A little humidor, cutter, lighter set. That's all going to be boxed up.
That's going to be the official donation from the Jim Colbert Show.
That's going to be us from the Jim Colbert Show. It's going to be good. I mean, if you're into that, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like 3 full boxes of cigars, a couple bottles of whiskey in there.
Whoa.
It's going to be really nice. We're gonna hook it up. It's going to be good. Deb is going to make sure it looks great. I will get the entire list, Jack. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can do that tonight. That way you can talk about it, and we can put together the entire list. Maybe I can do that tonight for you before I get out of here for a little bit. Yeah.
And we can always add to it. Don't feel limited.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, you're going to work on that tonight.
Can I tell you, I think I even have a gift card from them that I could throw in there as well that's maybe good for a hundo.
Don't say things unless you mean it.
No, I'm saying I think I do have it. I don't know where all this stuff is because when we moved, I mean, the stuff that we had to live, and all of it's kind of packed up in a certain area of the house. I got to kind of roll through it.
Oh, I couldn't find it. There was a spider there. I was scared.
All right, if he can't find it for this event, we'll have it at Suds Pups and Pints.
No, we can have it for both. I got plenty of cigars. Trust me when I tell you. Plenty of cigars. We're good. All right, 407-916-1041. Again, to get your tickets for the casino pass, it's realradio.fm/poker. It's not the same price, by the way. It's very affordable. And like Jack said, you get to be part of the auction. You get the food. You get to hang out, have a good time. And can I tell you something? When you're playing poker, about an hour into the gig, you want to be over in the casino.
Yeah.
Because all the action is in the casino. You're over there trying to beat somebody out of a poker hand, and everybody's gathered around the craps table having a blast.
Hang out with me. I'll be on soon.
It's the thatmortgageguy.com casino, thanks to Don.
Yeah.
Also, the Solar Source Final Table, Mills Air, and thanks to justcallmo.com. Our sponsors, they come back every year. This event is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Solar Source did it last year, and they're like, oh, count us in. We're in next year.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
came back as well. Don has won the damn thing.
Yeah.
Right before the pandemic, which was sneaky.
Yeah.
Because then he was a reigning champion for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing reload after reload. I want to win it without rebuying. The year I did win it, I did not rebuy that year. That's like the purest way to win it.
Yeah.
But this is a money raising event. So to go in there and think that, I'm going to grind it out and really win here. Look, I want to reload at least twice because I want them to have my 50 and my extra $100.
What do you think? And you're right, because every rebuy, every add-on, every silent auction, every raffle ticket, all of that money goes home with the mustard seed that night.
100%
100% of that. What do you think if we rearrange the tables to fit another table in there?
Oh, I think
that would be 10 more seats. Right?
Okay, and?
I don't know. I need to talk.
Oh, you mean to sell
somebody.
10 more seats?
Yeah.
You mean that would be 10 more poker tables?
Yeah, I think you could do that. Didn't we used to do that? We used to auction off like a seat at the final table. Do we still do that?
Well, that'll happen at the event, yes, because when we play, we start, doors open at 6. We start playing cards at 7, right?
Yeah.
Then they take a break. We get down to the final table, they'll play to -1 with an open seat. Then they will take the average chip stack, and we will auction off a seat at the final table in the moment, and you get to sit with the average chip stack at that final table. So someone always, if you get bounced out, you have a chance to get back into the final table.
That's right. And I think that's happened before, has it not?
Yeah.
I think that has happened. So we really look forward to it. If you get a chance to come out, please do. It's a lot of fun. And really, it's not that expensive for what you get for the evening. How much is a casino pass? Like $50?
$60.
$60.
There's a reason we've done this 17 times.
Right, exactly. Yeah. $60 to get in there and hang out for the night. That's like cheaper than going to the movie or going to the bar. And you get
nowadays it is,
Yeah.
and it's we've always tried to keep the price low. We want it, but we need to cover the cost of the event going into it, so all the money raised can go to the mustard seed.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, just like in every other aspect of life, the cost of things have gone up.
Yeah.
Whether it's the venue, the gaming, everything that goes into the event has gone up a little, and that's why the prices increase a little over the years. But, we do that to cover the cost so we can give more money to the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. What a wonderful charity. Kathy Griffin has been, leading them for a while now and just doing a fantastic job of helping people in our community.
Doing that while doing a national comedy tour, very difficult.
Kathy Baldwin?
Kathy Baldwin, sorry. Kathy Griffin.
Sorry,
Kathy.
Yeah, the mustard seeds.
She's like, that's okay, I'm famous.
The mustard seed's head did not hold a head, so you're fine. Everything's fine. So, did we come to a conclusion if we're gonna theme this out for our?
Definitely not.
Our attire?
No, we're not.
You guys don't want to do it?
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
No.
You guys don't want to do anything? What if it was dressed like a witch?
Oh, that I've got all the accoutrements.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, then let me dress as a witch.
Well, dress like a witch. I don't care.
What would you come as?
Uncle Fester. Hey, let's see the Addams Family. I'll be Pugsley.
You would be, what's his face?
Gomez?
You have the jet black hair still.
So that makes you Uncle Fester.
And you could be Morticia?
I'd be Morticia.
Wow, that's not bad. You could be Wednesday, too. She's younger.
I know where you live.
And me, you.
That's okay.
Who knows if a tornado takes your house away?
I know how to crawl around those 4 acres. Don't you worry about it.
It's fine.
You'll never see me coming.
407-916. I'll get you with my tractor that I don't even have yet.
I know.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 7703. Let's take a little break. We'll come back and do You Heard It Here first, and then get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
The U.S. women's gymnastics team is golden once again, finishing atop the podium in today's team competition. In the pool, men's water polo took down Romania for its first win in Paris.
Another power play for the United States, following the exclusion, and they capitalized.
Alex Obert scored one of the U.S. goals. Anytime U.S. men's soccer reached the knockout round by beating Guinea.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Going on in Central Florida, I'm Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. It's hot and it's humid over the next several days, much of the same in the weather department. In the tropics, we're continuing to watch the potential for a system to form off of Florida's east coast this weekend. We're not quite sure of the specific track yet, but if it were to form, it would probably be Saturday afternoon through Sunday. And depending on the track, we could have some impact to our east coast beaches. Other than that, we should stay tuned.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Maitland Emergency. HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Guys, let's get you that new bathroom you've been dreaming of. Do that with our friends over at Rebath in Mid-Florida. Right there in Altamont Springs, you can actually mosey right into their showroom during the day and check out what they have to offer. Now, look, when you go to the showroom, you will see 10 or 11 of these models set up. Know this. Those aren't the bathrooms you're buying. Those bathrooms are just set up so you can see their products in bathroom situations. In other words, set up in different styles and different modes of bathrooms. The cool thing is every bathroom from these guys is a custom bathroom. They have the products and the installers to get you a beautiful bathroom that will really enhance the entire home. And if you've dealt with one of those bathrooms that has kept you from having special moments at your house, now's the time to get it out there and get a brand new bathroom from my friends at Rebath. And even better, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, these guys are going to give you $800 in upgrades. And man, they have everything you need. All the products and the installers right there. Average install time, 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees. Same team until the job is done, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Drop by the website, look at the before and afters, and see what they've actually done for people, including our friend Daryl Payne from Paw Affection Dog Training. Again, don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show for $800 in upgrades. Log on today and book your appointment. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Get ready for the political hobnob by the Hispanic Chamber of Metro Orlando, July 31st at Andretti Indoor Karting. Join this unique opportunity where business leaders, politicians, and community members come together to bridge a stronger future. Learn more at HispanicChamber.com.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Jim Colbert here for FAS Windows and Doors. Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it's time to replace your single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep the heat outside during the summer and inside during the winter. Too much outside noise getting in? Considering replacing older windows and doors with laminated insulated glass, providing as much as 100% improvement. Keep that noise outside where it belongs. Offering rebates of $100 per window and $200 per door. Also offering 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, at the Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Dangerous.
Jimmy, I think the real question is, what's it take to see you in Gravedigger on Thursday? I'm sure Angel LaBoom's going to be down there. Somebody can hold a camera.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
All right, buddy.
It's teabagged. Yes, that was my grinder. I just rolled up a nice fat movie.
Okay, God almighty.
Good after morning, Colbert crew. Big T checking in here. So, a little info on our buddy Teabag there. I happen to know him from years and years ago from being a News Junkie fan, and that nickname that I'm guessing he gave himself comes from part of his first and last name. And also, those safety meetings, come on, Jimmy, we don't get blitzed at those things. That's a safety meeting. You just got to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, get with the flow.
Thanks,
Big T out.
I like that. Hey, man, just got to go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's doing it.
Don't you?
All your friends do it. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Deb just gave me some good news I did not know about.
What's that?
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. There was an article in the Orlando Sentinel yesterday. I meant to mention it. Actually, I had a dream about it, Jack, that the charity that we've been talking about that suffered the damaged roof in downtown Orlando, the United Against Poverty.
Yes.
Have managed to raise enough money to get their roof finally fixed.
That's awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that. That's good, man. Good job. That's awesome.
That is.
Good job, Orlando. Did something good for a good organization there. Here's the thing, man. When you hear about those places, you can't pee-shaw them because you never know if you may need them one day. That's the beautiful irony. The gift of the Magi-esque stories is like, no, I'm not giving to that. And then one day you
need it.
All the bad stars line up for you.
Yep.
The next thing you need a hand up.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And that it's also good to see because, of course, Orlando has the reputation as being a transient tourist town. But campaigns like that show, no, we're a community.
Very nice.
And in the end, we look out for each other.
Very nice. Hold on one second. You guys talk amongst yourself.
I got something for you because the caller mentioned it, and it's happening this Thursday here in the station parking lot. Gravedigger's going to be here, and it's all courtesy of Renewal by Anderson. Check this out. Angel from the Monsters is going to be hanging out. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. in our parking lot. Gravedigger will be there, and they're going to be giving out Monster Jam tickets every 10 minutes. Plus, you can see Gravedigger, the legendary Gravedigger, up close and personal. So that's happening this Thursday, 2500 Maitland Center Parkway. Big time fun, 4 to 7 p.m. And shout out to Renewal by Anderson for making that happen. And your chance to win tickets every 10 minutes from 4 to 7.
Very nice.
We'll be on the air. We'll be checking in with them. Tom Sorrells will be our celebrity co-host that day.
Damn, that's awesome.
Will they let me drive it in the parking lot?
They will not let you drive
Come
it.
Listen, let me tell you something. If I sat in that thing, somebody would look at it and go, oh, that's the guy they're digging the grave for. I get it. Very clever. That's what they're doing.
You can bring the kids and see the monster truck here this Thursday.
All right, 407-916-1041. I just also got a confirmation from our rep, our friend Ashley, who deals with Tools Ace Hardware. They're coming through with the package as well.
Oh,
so we're going to have a bunch of stuff for bidding on this. So thanks, Tools. We appreciate that. Those guys always come through for us. Some gift cards, some Yeti stuff. So we had a big package coming from those guys as well. So thanks, Ash. We appreciate that.
Thanks,
Tools Ace Hardware, a wonderful partner. We absolutely love those guys.
Yep.
And they always come through for us when we ask. We went to them for Suds, Pups, and Pints. We've done the Easter egg hunt for free Big Green Eggs. And they're just wonderful people. We appreciate it. Good family.
I'll be going back after him.
Yeah, really? Oh, very good. All right, again, 407-916-1041. Deb, let's do You Heard It Here First.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
Okay, well, we've been covering this story all week. The man accused of starting the massive park fire in California claims, hey, this was just an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Butte County District Attorney Michael Ramsey says Ronnie Dean Stout II says, no, bro, you're charged with felony arson.
He denies the statement of a witness at the area that he pushed his flaming car down into a gully 60 feet down. The evidence tends stronger to the witness.
The 42-year-old said his car rolled down a hill and caught fire. He appeared in court on Monday and is set to appear again on Thursday. Meanwhile, the park fire is now 14% contained. That's up 2% from yesterday. Nearly 200 structures have been destroyed and another 4,200 are threatened.
Yep.
And my next story really illustrates the kind of collateral damage this 42-year-old numbnut has caused for hundreds of families across California. And that includes this family who has lost 6 homes to one of California's largest fires that broke out last week. Alita Markwood says her family home, along with those of her mother, Her grandmother, uncle, cousin, and brother were all destroyed in the park fire.
Wow.
It's like that feeling of being homesick, but it's even worse because there's no place to go. So, I mean, I don't know any other word to describe it besides just heartbreaking.
Mark Wood's grandmother's house was the first house built in Cohasset, a small town near Chico. They were on vacation when the fire raged through their small town. Mark Wood also said she's angry, explaining that this wasn't a natural disaster. She said acres of land and homes were destroyed because one person wanted to be malicious and make poor decisions.
Wow.
And finally, speaking of poor decisions, let's come on back to Florida. Come on back.
That's our state motto, isn't it?
It is the home of bad decisions.
Come here and make poor decisions.
Exactly.
In the free state of Florida.
Forget it, Las Vegas. We claimed it first.
Yeah, right.
Well, police have arrested the man they say broke into West Palm Beach City Hall and left cocaine behind. I'm just saying, maybe the folks in D.C. want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, no joke, man.
Earlier this month, the building was evacuated after an employee arriving in the morning found men's clothing and a plastic bag with white powder on the floor of the commission chambers. The powder tested positive for cocaine. An investigation turned up that 34-year-old Jake Foster Machado had broken 2 days earlier on a Saturday and proceeded to remove his shirt and shoes.
Okay.
Guess he didn't want any service. After spending a half hour in the building, the Lake Worth Beach man attempted to re-enter the building but couldn't get in when he realized he'd left his coke in there. Of all places, Machado was arrested at a drug rehab facility and faces several charges.
Wow.
Either way, you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome.
Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman from Klausman Law for bringing us one of our more popular segments, What'd You Do That's New? You can find that master list at jimcolbertlive.com. Also want to thank the very talented and brilliant Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Again, that segment, too, can also be found at jimcolbertlive.com. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate that very much, as we do every day. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, dual post today. We put it on the Real Radio Instagram story as well as the YouTube chat. How much is your average water bill? We gave you 4 choices. Under $60, between $60 and $99, $100 to $150, or more. We had some stories about some communities having very large water bills. Mine has been over 100 pretty regularly for the past half a year now. Thanks, Winter Springs. Where do you think the majority, and I will tell you, between Instagram and the YouTube chat, it's pretty similar, the groupings here. So where do you think the majority of listeners have their bill fall?
What was that second one again?
The second was between $60 and $99.
That's the one I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not. Fortunately, for both groups, it's under $60.
Oh, damn, that's great.
Awesome, because if you didn't hear during Woke News, we talked about how the fact that the mayor of Oviedo is like, yeah, you could be looking at $450 a month.
Well, this poll will only make those people more angry.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then it's split pretty evenly, that $60 to $99 and $100 to $150, and very few, only 6% in our poll are over $150, and almost none on Instagram were over $150.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good news for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll have Animal House. Who's in?
We have Kristen Burford with the Care Foundation.
Very nice. Also, Scott Maxwell will join us as well. Plus, we'll have your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long.
Slick will be in as well.
Oh, very nice. Slick sitting in tomorrow.
Cool.
Very good, guys. All right. Well, let's get the hell out of here. We'll do this on a two. Come on, Jack. Give me some music play on. All right, everybody drive safe home today, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 from 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
Be safe out there. Bye.
Lord have mercy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking the right shoulder westbound on the beach line